Hello, hello.
Hello.
And welcome back to not a Thursday stream.
Yeah.
And not also a Tuesday stream.
Yeah, okay, so there's two things we need to address. In the last stream, which was on... When was it? Sunday. It was on Sunday. And at the end of the stream we were confused because we thought it was Tuesday, and then you said that you had said it was Tuesday at the beginning of the stream and blah blah blah. And we saw the footage. I was the one who out of nowhere said it was Tuesday, so my bad, I'm sorry about that. And also, I don't understand why I thought that, because I literally... What I was doing before the stream was sitting with my physical diary and my digital Outlook calendar both in front of me, planning my week. And I knew it was Sunday because I've been staring at a calendar. And then I think because the next thing we had going on was on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I sat down and said, it's Tuesday. And what?
And it was not.
It was not. And now we're doing Thursday's stream on Friday.
Just trying to
confuse things further.
Confuse everyone.
So that's the first thing. The second thing is that what we said at the end of the last stream of what our theory was has since changed, because we were driving in the car and then Jacob said to me, so I've been thinking about her story, and I was like, we should save this for the stream, and then he just... I said that a few times, you just ignored me every time and continued.
I know,
talking.
but I need to get it off my...
I know, but I was like partly I was listening, but then also partly not trying to not think about it too much. And then what have I done? Of course, I've thought about it since then.
Well,
so
yeah.
Basically, at the end of the last stream, we were saying... So at the very first stream, we were like, okay, it's either one person with multiple personality disorder or it's twins.
Yeah. I'm just going to get off the screen because it's loud.
Yeah, fair enough. At the end of the last stream, well, like not even end, in the last stream, we were saying that we were leaning towards it being, well, we'd basically decided that it was two people because of the tattoo. We thought that was kind of the deal breaker to mean it was two people, and then you're just trying to figure out what's going on. Just go watch the last stream if you want to see us talk about that in depth. But what you said to me in the car is that you're now thinking that it is one person who is faking it, and that you're because you think it might be a fake tattoo.
I thought it looked a little fake, and then I also thought, like, I was trying to work out what... Because obviously Eve is blaming Hannah, saying Hannah killed him, and she's saying Hannah's, like, you won't find Hannah, but Hannah's killed him, and she's basically taking the... Well, she's not really taking the blame for it. But I was trying to work out what she would gain from that, and I thought, well, maybe Eve...
You can't arrest someone who doesn't exist, as she says in one of the videos.
So I thought maybe Eve doesn't exist, but Hannah, when they found the body and she realized she was going to get arrested and go to jail or whatever for the murder, then she came up with Eve as her alibi, basically. So she was pretending to be Eve, and I thought maybe the tattoo was a fake tattoo. It does look like a transfer tattoo. But then you also pointed out it's not a real tattoo. Because it's not
anyway, because as someone who is kind of into tattoos, I didn't even say it on stream. It was like I saw it and I thought, oh, well, that looks a bit fake.
Yeah.
But I didn't say anything because I was like, well, yeah, in real life it is fake. So it was... So yeah, I didn't really take that as a story thing.
I was starting to think, well, maybe she purposely spilled the coffee so they could see the tattoo and be like, wait, you didn't have that last time. And then she's like, well, you caught me out, I'm actually Eve. And then she creates this Eve character so she can be like, oh, you won't find Hannah's
I'm not
escaped.
Sure if that's 100% consistent with early videos.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is I've been thinking of it since then again. Yeah. And I think that's probably not the case, because they did the message of the tapping, and I'm like, that seems like a important detail that she wouldn't just do randomly if it was one person. I feel like that kind of indicates.
So I kind of wasn't entirely on board with the tattoo thing, although I thought it was a really good theory and could be right, but I did kind of think that, okay, the reason I was kind of swayed by your tattoo theory was because the bruise on her face, when I was like, does she have a bruise? And I was like, oh, nah, she doesn't. It's just the quality. Because you could barely see it. And I thought, well, if they want you to know there's a bruise, surely they'll make it look like a bruise. And yes, so there was that. And I thought, okay, well, then maybe they're making it look like a fake tattoo for that reason. But it's subtle because they haven't done it obvious enough. I feel like if they were to put... I feel like the tattoo is a game mechanic, game clue, whatever, is more. It's kind of like, here's something grounded that you can rely on to say that this is another person. And I would actually think it's a bit shitty if it were that it was a fake tattoo, because unless there was some other clue to tell us that.
Yeah.
As Cyrus just said, or Cyrus, as
we're doing good. It's good. Thank you, Cyrus. Hope you're doing
yes.
good too.
Yes,
Sorry,
good, thank you.
we're kind of in the middle of a explanation. So
as a person that doesn't know too much about tattoos, I notice in movies that some are clearly fake. Exactly.
Yeah.
So even on
I don't either.
That was exactly a
fake.
point I was going to make that I've been thinking since we spoke about this, is that even in high budget good movies, there are tattoos that are done badly.
Yeah.
And it's because makeup artists and tattoo artists are two different things, and not all makeup artists, even amazing makeup artists, don't necessarily know how to make something look like a tattoo. And actually, my memory of how, I mean, this has got that grainy kind of VHS texture and stuff, but that tattoo was better than some other ones. And I feel like if they were going to make it look like a fake tattoo, I think if it were a fake tattoo in the story, I'd be pissed, because I don't think that's fair on us as a player.
Yeah, that's what I also kind of thought too.
Yeah.
It's like, I think that's over-analysing it.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? I was going to say something else too. Because they have like the, I think, also by the way, all of these are in order now.
I was going to also
which
address
took me
that.
like fucking hours
I
to
think
do.
Jacob stayed up for like 4 hours after
Yeah.
our stream that was already 4 hours long.
They're all in chronological order though, so.
Is that every single... No, not every...
That's
all the
everyone
videos
we've
we've
found so far. Yeah.
Which, if you bring up the DB checker... What's DB stand for?
Database.
All the green are the videos we've found, so all of those are now in chronological order.
Yeah, this thing is a pain, like, because as we find more, it's gonna completely mess everything up. So
Well, that's why I didn't think you were going to do
I don't know
that
if we should
yet.
even add them when we find them.
Well,
I
kind of
want.
I kind of want to watch the whole thing, like once it's...
What? It's pretty long. I also
yeah, I suppose it probably
in
is.
your little notebook,
Oh yes. Which I don't know
on
if
the
we...
next
Oh, we do
page.
have words.
I wrote down how many of each interview we're missing.
Oh, okay.
So you'll see that
Nice.
the
How do you
red
know
one,
that? Oh.
because when you go here, so like say I watch this one,
Yeah.
which is the first of the blue,
Oh, no.
Black coffee, thanks.
right? It will then highlight this.
Yeah.
So then if I go to,
But there could be another one
last.
before that.
well no, because if I go like this, watch this, see? Play this one,
Thanks.
which is, refresh, which is here.
Yeah.
Right? So then the next one in order on this database after that,
Yeah.
if I play this one, it will be this one, see?
Okay, no, that
so we
makes
know
sense.
there's none missing.
Yes.
There's these ones missing.
That makes sense. But if there happened to be one that there was a gap, you wouldn't necessarily know if it's the next one starting. But
Yeah,
I'm guessing that
but there's
didn't
no
make
gaps,
sense.
so-
Okay.
But see
That's what I was
this
thinking.
one here, this is the last one, the white one, there's like a huge chunk missing from that we haven't seen. Like these ones are
Interesting.
the bits and pieces, but this one's like an entire chunk.
Oh, well, White, yeah. Well, she's the one who's freaking confessing and shit.
Mm.
Except we don't know if it's real confessions.
But the most are actually missing from the red one, I think,
Okay, so I just want
which is
to...
interesting.
So I'm just going to go back to my beginning notes for a second, just to make sure. Yeah, that page is done, that page is done. That page is now redundant because we rewrote it. That page is done. I rewrote those words, so it's done. Same with that. I think it'll close, didn't we?
The other thing that made me think of that theory was, but yeah, I don't think it's right. Oops.
We already searched First Virginity, Secret, Eleanor and Doug. We did all those, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't cross them off.
So she says
Yes. Yeah, it's my guitar.
that it's her guitar. And then it's Eve playing the guitar. So I was like, well, maybe that is Hannah pretending to be Eve because she's playing the guitar and she said it was her guitar.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting detail, but I don't know if it ties into anything.
So, I'll just recap what we're currently thinking. Dark Blue Blaze. Actually, do you want to scroll through the bottom as I say this so we can picture who I'm talking about? So, Dark Blue Blazer we think is Eve pretending to be Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Polo, we think is Hannah, and she has the bruise.
Yes.
Potentially. Red, we put question mark, and we put Eve pretending to be Hannah after that.
Yeah. So
Which mannerisms here, coffee, I think coffee was the main thing. Cause,
I think the coffee in there are an interesting detail that we should
Yes.
probably look at.
because red and blue, red and blue blazer and white
We can easily look at that too,
they all drink black coffee.
because it's usually the first video in the interview where they ask for a coffee. So we can look at each
but
one.
we've got it written down. We know that red,
Oh, I didn't know you had it written down.
red, blue blazer, and white all drink black coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we decided that red was Eve. We kind of thought she was Eve, but then she had these things where she was acting like Hannah, and that's why we thought it was Eve pretending to be Hannah, and it seemed to happen a couple of times. Okay. Floral blue, Hannah. Or after body clean. Oh, after the body's been cleaned. I mean, the house has been cleaned from the body being found. Tattoo blue is Eve, and she's wearing a white long sleeve at the beginning of that though, before she spills the coffee.
Yep.
Black. We did have question mark, and then we put Eve. Why do we put Eve? Black's with drinking milk and sugar. That should be Hannah.
Coffee, I guess. Milk and sugar.
Milk and sugar.
I think that must be an old note. I think that's Hannah.
Mm.
And then white is Eve.
Yeah.
This is a nice of them. Is this where you take people when it's time to arrest them?
I just had another thought. Man.
Okay.
So what, because she talks about, I haven't figured out 100% who is pregnant. I think Eve is pregnant.
In the story, Eve is pregnant.
So what if this is Hannah and Eve has fled and Hannah's now pretending to be Eve?
Because Eve. Yeah.
But I don't know how that would work, because then they'd still be looking for Hannah and they'd find her because she looks the same. But
Oh, I wanted to also say that when I started thinking about the theory that it was one person again, I really started thinking about that book because I've been referencing Dead Ringers a lot when they're twins, but when I thought it was one person, I was referencing the book Eve by Chris Costner Sizemore, which has Eve White, Eve Black. Well, the movie in the previous book actually has Eve White, Eve Black, and then I think just Eve. Can't remember actually, but there's definitely Eve White and Eve Black.
Black coffee, thanks. No sugar.
And it's a really, it's the book that I said that Ben borrowed, and then Ben researched it a little bit afterwards, and it turns out I don't even know how I came across this book. It was years ago. It's kind of obscure and not many people own it, or it's really hard to find a copy. So he'd better give that back.
Could I have a cup of tea?
But it's
sorry, I'm just
it's kind of hard to
investigating.
talk when you're
investigating drinks.
well, did you want? Well, I should have been writing them down or something if you wanted to do that. I had them written
Okay.
anyway. But...
Well, she says, dark blue says no sugar.
Black coffee, thanks. No sugar.
What I was trying to say is that
Sorry.
if they are, it's probably a coincidence, but if they are referencing it, it's because it does fit quite well. That is very random.
She says tea.
Okay, do you want me to write these down, like from scratch?
I just feel like it's
Okay.
a good way to figure out.
Blue
who's who.
blazer.
That's the dark blue one, right?
I'm doing these in chronological order.
Okay,
So
it's
blue
'cause it's
blazer
dark
was
blue
black
one.
coffee.
Black coffee, no sugar.
Which I think could be a pregnancy thing. Who's next?
Hold on.
Could I have a cup of
Blue polo has tea.
She
is
has
that her?
tea. Yep.
Bruce?
Did she say
Oh.
no sugar or anything?
She didn't say anything, just tea.
Okay, who's next?
Red.
Red, who is also black coffee, no sugar.
It's fine to me. As long as it's black and strong, I'm good.
So she's probably
Black,
no sugar.
strong. I just wrote strong, but that's probably no sugar.
Although she does say at some point.
Doesn't she say? No,
No.
it's blue sesame sweetener.
I left the next day, Saturday.
She says no more because she's
Yes,
pregnant,
I'm fine.
and she starts drinking water instead.
Mm.
So that could still be Eve,
Oh,
because
again.
if-
This happens some days.
Right. You mean so it's not
if
a
Blue
pregnancy?
Blazer is Eve, then that would
I'm
make
pregnant.
sense.
It's morning sickness.
Who's next?
Flaryl.
Yeah.
A cup of tea would be good, thanks. Just 1 sugar.
Tea and sugar.
1 sugar.
So that's probably Hannah.
Which blue polo we said was Hannah as well, so that makes sense.
Then we have... And she also is the one that said, why did you talk about Eve?
Yeah.
So that's
Well, that's
probably
why we
definitely
had
Hannah.
her. We had her confirmed as Hannah anyway.
Black no sugar.
Oh wait, sorry, this is
Thanks.
tattoo blue.
This is Tattoo, which is Eve.
Remember, I'm looking down. I can't
Sorry,
see what you're
I'm
cooking. It was black, no sugar.
Which makes sense. Then we have Black.
Yeah.
Coffee, I guess. Milk and sugar.
She has sugar.
So I think black was the one.
So it could be...
Black is the one we had as a question mark for ages.
I think that's
And
Hannah.
then-
It's because of the sugar. Seems like
It looks like I've got Hannah Eve, so I don't.
Hannah
it's not
doesn't...
helpful.
Eve doesn't have sugar, it seems.
Did you say milk and sugar?
Yep. Whereas...
Is she the last one?
No.
No, I've got Eve.
This is the 3rd day running you've called me in. I speak to Doug and Eleanor every day. And they say you've been asking a lot of questions.
3rd day running. Oh, okay, she just means in a row. So Eve was
Yeah,
there.
isn't it? Yeah.
Interesting that she says that, though. Because obviously they know this isn't Hannah here.
Well,
Or maybe Hannah doesn't know that they've figured it out that it's not her. And she's sticking with the story or something.
yeah. And then white.
I'm not sure if she says anything.
This is a nice of them. This is where you take people when it's time to arrest them.
Yeah, this is filming a confession or plea deal or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, she might not say.
Yes, I understand my rights. No.
Yeah, she doesn't have any drinks. Oh, wait, she does. After the interview, so I don't know.
Let's drink.
Ah, sorry,
Yes.
after the lie
I'll take a
detector.
lie detector test.
So we don't know what she has.
My name.
Maybe we need to search. Did we search coffee?
That was the only question.
Yeah, we
I
did.
found.
Maybe we search tea. Or sugar. I'm going to search sugar. All those. Have all those. Milk. Coffee.
Okay, I'm just writing a note while you do that.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to come up with
Making
anything.
sure that this lines
What is she drinking? We must know. It's very important. This one here. What is there? Okay, there's a ton we're missing before she gets the drink. That's where that huge gap is.
Okay, well we can.
So that must probably just the whole lie detector thing.
Just give me a second, please. I've got a list of words that we're going to do. So it's Hannah, black coffee. No, sorry, Eve. Eve. And Hannah,
Wait, why is this one? Oh,
yeah, that's kind of interesting because black was
oh
the
no,
one.
scooted down.
Black was the one that we were ambiguous about.
Hmm.
And that's the one where it's coffee, milk, and sugar. Because Hannah's only had tea, and Eve has only had black coffee.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting that she's like a neutral mid-ground kind of thing. We were leaning towards it being. Well, you said Eve just before, I think.
This one.
Black.
Yeah. I think it's Hannah.
But it looks like I've got a note that says Eve and then Hannah above it, but I've just rewritten that because
This one should be
Okay.
this one.
we don't need that page now.
He saw me singing one of my shows.
No, it's nothing.
Okay, so the note I wrote is that we're trying to find out what happens after she spills the coffee, but I also want to make a note that we're also finding
Nemo.
pre-drink post-lie detector white.
Yes.
So those are kind of our two things we're trying to do.
Okay.
So, I do have...
Dude, I don't think there is any after that, because this is the spill.
Oh, maybe... Oh, okay.
Oh, my tattoo. I got it to express my individuality.
And then this is the one directly after it, so there is none
so
after
there
that.
aren't. Okay.
Yes, that's our next case. We've got to find Nemo. We've got to find out what happened to Nemo. We've got to watch some videos and...
Okay, so, well... Basically, I have some words. We thought we had no words to look up, but then I wrote some down in our last video. So we can maybe just search those. I don't think these would give a lot.
I also had, I'm not sure if we've done it, so we'll have to check, but identity,
Identity, okay.
which seems kind of important, but I don't
We
think
haven't
we've
done that.
done it.
Well, would you want me to just go down the list, or did you want to start with it?
We'll go down the list.
Okay, so the first one was, we haven't actually searched identical.
Identical.
We
that's
searched
what-
twins, but we didn't search identical. So I think
Is that right?
Yep. Oh, okay, well that was disappointing. Wrong. Okay. Gone. Let's see, gore. That'd be weird.
Well, we got one and a gone. One and a gone. Alright, we're going to add, well, I guess we'll add it.
Yes.
It's going to go at the end, and then I'm
Just
going to
do all of them at the end. And
It's going to be a
it out.
nightmare.
That's okay, the other detective has just gone to get me one.
Drink.
Probably we can do this. We can go. What is before? I can't do what is before it. What's the timestamp on that one? 2052. So if we go 2052. 205216.
Don't they have an individual number?
Oh, we don't have anything before that. No, we do have one before that. What is this?
That must be the one before it.
This is the earliest we have.
Because
That.
she's got a drink. What was the timestamp on the other one?
205216. So
Yeah.
it's Well, there must be one I haven't added that we found.
Next word was nice.
Nice. We got one for nice.
When you've been married for 10 years, stuff accumulates. We could argue about anything. And he's so nice. That doesn't help.
That's why I wrote it
He
down.
tries to smooth things over, and that just makes it worse. We're both passive-aggressive, so we never normally argue directly about anything.
We already searched argue. That's the only thing I thought there. Shit.
Shit.
Because we got some good ones from fuck. When she said fuck a lot. Okay. Hide.
Had.
Welcome back.
Hey, Squeak and Squirrel, welcome back. Investigation's going alright. We've only
Yeah,
actually
we only
just
just
got into
started.
it.
The beginning was sort
We
of
had a discussion.
discussion.
We were analysing their drinks to figure out
Yes.
who's who, which I think has actually
Which
helped.
just, well, I mean, it might, maybe it helped you. For me, it's what we already had.
I think just maybe reviewing it solidifies it a bit more.
Well, the thing is, we had a theory of who was who before the drinks, and when we did look up the drinks, it was in line with what we had.
Yeah.
So now I've just, it was written, but I've just written it differently. Giving?
Giving.
Give would make sense.
Give.
Okay, I think that was to do with the mirror. Identity. What do you want to search? Okay, so those were all the standalone words. The thing we had left was we wanted to narrow the ones we had to narrow down.
Oh, yeah.
So, the first word to narrow down was Glasgow. This might be a little bit difficult.
Yeah, would you like Glasgow Simon, maybe?
I feel like we probably did that.
Glasgow...
Glasgow Drive, Glasgow Crash.
Glasgow...
Holiday.
Sleep.
Trip.
Glasgow Trip. I don't know if it was a trip, was it?
No, and one of them she said it was his business trip. Holiday. and business, maybe.
Oh, is that the... I thought that was where she went.
It is,
when she
I think,
left.
but... Yeah, so one of them said that... I think... Oh, wait, sorry. It's difficult to talk when you're searching for the next one.
Sorry.
I can't... Now I'm not sure if I'm mixing two things together. I think it is where she went. But he had some trip where he supposedly took Eve. I don't know what to say now.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Glasgow Eve and Glasgow Hannah.
If you search hotel, it'll probably come up.
Well, no, it's mentioned many times. That's the whole point.
And the hotel said he was there?
These are ones we're trying to narrow down. So there's loads of them. I mean, if you could search Glasgow and look at the first one again, but I don't want to watch all 5.
10. Well, there wasn't too many more in this. And it's probably going to be the red.
Well, then we might have them already, but these were just what we wanted to narrow down.
Yeah.
So do you want to leave that one? Cross it off.
Yeah.
Okay. Parents. Well, we need to narrow it down though.
I know. This thing I'm doing 18.
Parents.
Attic.
Yeah. Secret.
Circuit.
Putting some of these words together. Actually, attic was another one. Parents. Argument. Or argue. Ugh. I don't really know where to go from here.
Did we searched what's the mushroom called? Death cap? Something cap?
Yeah.
We searched that, right?
Yeah.
You
can go parents' death.
I think we maybe already did that.
We didn't put them together, but dead. Story. Have we searched story?
Yeah. We searched stories.
I just feel like I thought we were going to get somewhere with with what we had written down, and now I just feel like we're stuck and I don't really know what we're meant to do.
Well, I mean...
Like, we think... I mean, I can tell you what Eve has said has happened and what the story is based on all the videos we have, but it's just what some person said. Like, we can't say that's true or not. Or...
Yeah. Yeah, it depends how far into it it's expecting us to go, because there's a few different theories you could
I feel
allude
like
to, depending how hard you analyze.
If you go that, like, you're literally just meant to be watching the story, watching the videos to get the story, then we've basically got it. But if it's trying to figure out whether she's lying or not, well, I have no idea how we meant to. I don't really know how we meant to know that.
Well, this is the lie detector test here that we're missing, so we need to find that somehow. But we need to know what they ask her, and I don't know what they would have asked.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the lie
My
detector,
name is Hannah Smith.
which comes after this.
Shit. Sorry.
Name.
I think we've done name. But see, we don't. If we know what questions they're asking, it doesn't help, because it's not their questions; it's her answers to those questions. We need to.
Yeah, I don't think
figure out.
I don't think that's the route to necessarily go. I think. I don't know.
Have we searched Eve Smith? That's not her last name, is it? She doesn't have a last name.
If she's even real.
What else would they ask for the lie detector? Age?
Well, as I said, we've also got all these words we need to narrow down. I just don't know how to narrow them down.
Eve Doe. You could try it.
She's not dead.
Or is she?
Hmm.
Who knows?
Oh, I'm a little bit discouraged because I feel like this was so fun, but now I'm just like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, what would they ask her?
I think that's not a helpful train of thought necessarily. Truth? Have we searched truth?
Tell us things. Simon Truth. Oh my god.
Do you want to go down these words or not?
Oh, have you got some? Sorry. Oh,
The
you've got
ones
the
to narrow
ones. Yeah.
down.
Sorry. I'm just we can go through them.
We're still in parents.
Seems very hard to get all the videos because you got to know what you're missing, and most of these.
No, you don't have to know what you're missing. We've gotten clues the whole way, and then we've used those to go find the next thing. It's just that at a point where I don't really know what I'm meant to look for now.
Have we tried funeral?
I don't know. You search triplets. That would have fucked me up.
Would have as well.
I would have freaked
What?
out if that came up with something.
I'm just typing random words. Exactly 5 entries. Okay.
I don't want to rewatch videos, but I feel like that's what we need to do. But I really don't want to. If it's something, I don't mind rewatching one to be like, oh, what's that thing they said, and look at that video. But I just feel like we almost just need to watch everything.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just putting random words now.
35
and seeing what comes up.
entries. Well, that makes sense though. Yes and no for the lie detector.
That's what but that's also the thing I thought is that if she's only answering yes and no, then we don't know what they're answering her anyway. So Simon was also a twin. That could be it. That could be the big twist.
Sure. Yes, of course, if that would help. Will you phone the house to let me know when you want to come round? Then I can make sure that I'm there.
Phone.
Interesting.
Maybe actually, wait, let's try narrow down yes first.
Yes, no.
Yeah. They both will be in a transcript.
Damn it.
Okay. Yes, answer.
I don't know.
Okay, forget that. Phone.
Just do no. We've got to do no first. Okay, phone. I think we did phone.
Okay, are we giving up on parents?
Yeah, I don't know where else to go
Okay,
with that.
attic. Attic doll. I think we did that, but attic
House.
hide. I think we searched hide and nothing came up. Yeah, attic house.
Attic.
Attic Eve.
I don't think there's many. I'm just going to search Eve because I don't think there's many of Eve. There's 7 of Eve,
Yeah.
which we've probably seen.
She never says her own name.
No. What is this one?
My mother called me Eve.
Okay, well she says she's Eve there. And then she says her name's Hannah in the lie detector, and then she says the only question I failed was my name. So I guess that's Eve.
Unless they're one person and someone called her Eve, but her name's actually Hannah.
Where is that in the... That's after the lie detector. Oh, it's here. So this is before that.
My name. That was the only question I failed. Your lie detector works.
And then she says, my mother called me Eve, so...
So when she said the tattoo was about her name, they didn't ask what that meant. They just thought,
Yeah.
okay, cool. A snake and an apple clearly means Hannah, and moved on.
Yeah.
Is this meant to be when
It's
she
kinda
first
weird.
tells them? Like, what?
I'm curious if this sequence maybe ties into what they asked her. Maybe they're further questioning her on what they asked. Maybe it'll give us a clue.
Well, she wasn't my real mother, but she raised me. Do you want to hear the story? It's a real life fairy tale.
Real life.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
So theoretically, the police haven't known that it's two people until this point.
Yeah.
But we can say that potentially different people were doing the interviews or this or that, and
yeah.
again, why no one questions the tattoo makes zero sense. But okay. And it was just inconsistent stories, I guess.
Hold on. What is the one before this? So the interview before this one is this one, which is when they're like, she's like, "Are you going to arrest me?"
Can I leave? Are you going to arrest me? No. They'd laugh you out of the building. A lawyer would make mincemeat of you.
She's out of there. She's dumb.
I wrote down some words. I don't think they'll bring anything, but real life.
Is this the real life?
Or even just real.
Ooh. Oh! What's this one? Where does this fall in? Okay, this is further down, so we still haven't got that weird
I'm happy
area.
with anything. I want to see anything. Add to session.
Oh, yeah.
No. I told her it was one of my boyfriends. Someone I had met in the bar.
Father of the baby?
I think she was happy. But I could tell she was thinking, why couldn't it happen to her and Simon? They were the ones with the real life. Why not them?
Okay. So it is Simon's.
You can just search real. Have we searched Simon Baby?
Simon Baby. I'm not sure. Oh, we've got another one. We have Blue Jacket.
He has a wallet, a huge silly thing, leather, real leather, I think. He packs it full of stuff, business cards, receipts, lottery tickets. He always carries it in his back pocket. I think that's why he's got a bad back. He sets the discs. I haven't seen it, so he must have it on him. He always takes it out of his back pocket before, when he comes in, if he's in the house.
Okay.
Okay.
What was I going to search? Or something else?
I wrote down a few things.
Simon Baby. Oops. Oops.
I think we probably already did that route, but...
Yeah. Yeah.
Child? Is it child?
The child.
The way you said child made me think of witches.
That's why I said it like that.
No longer a child. Child. It's a mouse! Is that actually why you said it like that?
Yeah.
That's so weird. I wouldn't have
quoting it.
Okay. Wallet.
I think we searched.
I think we may
Oops.
have. but-
Wait,
Okay.
did I? Oh, I thought I put an I.
Leather.
Come on, game.
I wrote down
Hell.
stuff because I noticed in a couple videos they've really gone like stuff.
Oh.
13, okay.
Sure, I think. I do all the bills and paperwork and handle all the money stuff, so it should be easy for me to find. Do you want them dropped off to you?
Okay, what's she finding? We can
Okay.
probably figure that out. 1924, 42. 1924, 42, so it'll be here.
Yes, that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa, a silver one.
So I think we
So it'd be
searched
like the,
Doesn't
Visa.
like to spend
purchases,
money
I
on
guess?
that, so
Yeah.
he usually pays with
Receipts, it'll be receipts, I
cash.
suppose.
I convinced him to get one.
It's not really
I
relevant.
think we searched Visa earlier, but I don't
Yeah.
think we searched. I wrote down credit card and some other receipts, blah blah.
You spell receipts. Is that right? Or is that EI?
Yeah, I before E except after C, except that rule doesn't apply like half the
So
time.
for every other word.
Silver? I think we'll search this actually because of the mirror. Yeah. Purchases? Or purchase?
I was gonna.
Paperwork, money, bills? I don't think we searched bills.
We got 2 for money.
No. Everyone loved Simon. He's a glazier who doesn't have much money. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Wait a second. So, red.
Red. I think that was Hannah. Eve.
Oh no, okay, his body's been found at that point. I was going to say, she said loved!
Ah,
But
yeah.
his body's found at that point, so...
If you put me on You've Been Framed, I want the money.
You've been framed. Okay, there's someone missing before that.
I don't really understand that.
It must be when they're saying... Maybe that's when they start saying that she's suspect.
Do you want to search money?
Because then after this interview's when she's in the black and she says, like, fuck you and all that, because they're saying that she's under... Well, she's saying, are you going to arrest me? So they're obviously starting to point the blame on her.
Kind of interesting. The 2 that we know are Hannah have the hair tied up. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
And
I
Eve
did look
hair
at that and
down.
I was like, is that too obvious?
It's just it's the same as what we've already. I thought it was too obvious.
She has it tied here and then she lets it down as the red one, I'm pretty sure. Or it's down
but
at
it's
the start.
not.
Yeah.
It's down. It's up in a pony, like not up, like uptight, like
Yeah,
the others.
yeah.
Maybe it was a sign, but I ignored it because it did seem too obvious. But it's in line with what we'd figured out and then what we confirmed with the coffee. So I just thought that was kind of.
I guess they just try to put in as many clues as possible for the player. So.
Or it's to trick you. But
And
yeah.
to, well, some of them would probably to trick you as well.
So we just searched money. Bills.
Bills, bills, bills. Okay, I
Bills
was
and
thinking of something. Now I've lost my train of thought.
You need to tell
to
me
do
the
with the lie
words.
detector. Yeah, but I've been trying to think of what it is, and then we've been going through so many words that I forget. It was to do with the lie detector. To do with her being
Did
the
we say-
suspect. Maybe suspect? Have we tried suspect?
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this is probably when she's told she's a suspect, I guess. Remember to add session first, because I was going to forget.
Maybe.
When you suspect someone of murdering their husband.
Yes. Correct.
Okay. So you want to eliminate me as a suspect? That should eliminate me as a suspect. If I was in Glasgow, can't be in 2 places at once.
You can.
Which, okay,
kind
so
of.
this leans into Eve potentially more telling the truth, because it's almost like she's specifically saying that, whereas Eve said that was how they did the alibi. There's one of them was there. Okay, wait, alibi? I don't know if we've searched that.
Alibi.
Oh, okay.
There was something else too that I was thinking. Arrest? Was this things to do with being like a suspect, being arrested, being...
Well, I wrote down suspect. I don't know if we searched that. Did we just search that? Is that what we just searched?
I just searched arrest. Suspect was the one where she was saying
So-
in red.
So yes, we did just search that. I'm asking if I can cross it off.
Yeah.
Just frame. I wrote eliminate. Question?
We've done question.
Maybe, I don't know. I wrote why? Researched answer. A minute ago. No.
Why? Who? Oh, who?
Okay. Who are you?
I mean, what if they were crazy? You hear about these crazy people all the time. I mean, why would anyone who knew Simon want to kill him?
I was going to say we could try and narrow down who, what, when, where, why, how, but okay.
When?
Okay. Is it working?
A long time. We got married when I was 17.
We did who?
So she sounds bitter because this is Eve pretending to be Hannah.
Why? Did we do what?
I don't know what you did. I would have done it in
Welcome
order.
back.
Oh, we got on for what? Hello, eat a squirrel. Welcome back. We're trying to solve a mystery. Well, not trying to solve a mystery. We've already basically solved the mystery. But yes,
We think, hopefully.
this is an interesting game. It's kind of hard to explain.
I think you
Unless
just
you've
have
seen
to
the
watch
rest.
it.
Yeah.
We can't go.
We
through
basically
again.
have to search through like footage of these interviews using keywords that was said in the interviews. But you can only get 5 results at a time, so you have to like narrow it down. But yeah,
We're trying to find the missing videos at the moment.
Yeah, these are
I
so
wanna
these
get all of them.
spaces are what we're missing in the timeline.
Okay, so
There's a big blank space here which we're trying to find. Alright, so we'll play this one.
What about us?
What about us?
okay, do you want to just do who, what, when, where, why, how in order so we don't
Okay,
see
who?
what you've done? Okay, so do we want to narrow any down?
Simon?
Yeah, we'll
Simon?
Who, Eve.
No, it's not working.
Who, Eve.
Who Eve? Who is Eve?
Who, Hannah.
Yeah, so basically
Okay.
this Simon dude is being murdered. His wife is Hannah.
Oh, it's
Who's-
too much to explain.
I'm just giving a quick TLDR. His wife is Hannah, but then there's also what seems to be that Hannah has a twin sister called Eve
that no one knows about.
that no one knows about because they were separated at birth. She was raised by someone else, and she basically doesn't exist. But then we were like, does Hannah exist? Is Hannah... does Eve exist? Is Hannah just making up Eve? Or is there 2 people? And yeah, so there's a lot of weird details that we'd be trying to figure out.
Okay, so who, what?
What?
See, there's lots of what. That's why.
30 years,
Which I guess makes sense because it's in the transcript.
What? Maybe this isn't the best course of action.
Well-
Oh, we got where. We got one for where.
Mm-hmm. So we could put what and stuff with the other words.
This is the mirror.
Can I?
Sorry.
We could put like who, what, when, where, why, how with the other words we're trying to narrow down. Potentially.
Yeah. That's going to take forever.
I'm not saying do all of them. I'm just saying if it's relevant.
Maybe. The other thing we could do is just look at what we're missing, like look at the before and after ones and try to
Yes.
figure out what's in between.
That's exactly what we have been doing.
Yeah. But we can watch them. We haven't really been watching them like that. I'll just play this one.
Yes, this is it. He made it himself. It's a special one-off. He made it. He decorated it. That's his thing. Where did you find it?
The mirror is the murder weapon as well.
Mm-hmm.
Alter ego. Yeah, we're not sure. We keep changing our mind on what the truth is. First we were like, oh, maybe it's a split personality, and we're like, no, there's
But
2
that was
people.
before we got that far in.
Yeah, and then we're like, maybe Eve doesn't exist, and Hannah's made her up to like, as like an alibi thing to escape. And then we're like, maybe Eve's pretending to be Hannah so that Eve can escape or something. And yeah, I know. We've had a lot of theories. So we did
When?
who, when.
Who, what, when, where, why. Did we do when? I thought you
I
just
don't think we
skipped.
did when.
Okay,
We
who, what,
didn't.
when, where, why, and
How?
Could they have been my parents' fingerprints? I'm not sure how long they last for, but is that possible?
Fingerprints. I think that was on the mirror, right?
Well, anything in the house.
Because she said...
Because she lives in her parents' house.
Does she? Oh, yeah, she does. That's right. Oh, here we go.
Okay, cool.
We've got some for fingerprints. What do we got?
Fine. I've never had my fingerprints taken before. I once put my hand on the oven.
They wouldn't have the same fingerprints, would they, if they're identical? You still have different fingerprints.
Oh, I think
right?
they have the same.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
if one has a burn,
This is
then
true.
it will not be the same.
Okay.
Fingerprints.
Fingerprints. We also figured out a little thing with the drinks. So one of them seems to, because they ask at the start of each interview what they want to drink, and one of them tends to say they want black coffee, no sugar, and the other one tends to have sugar with their drink. And it's
No, it's not the sugar.
what was the sugar?
It's
and
the, no.
milk.
It's the fact that, well, tea, 1 sugar. But she says, we've only got 2 that are confirmed as Hannah. She says tea in one. She
Yeah.
says tea, 1 sugar in the other. So the tea
Yeah.
is the consistent factor, not the fact that there's sugar.
And the black with no sugar. I feel like Eve
Yeah.
always has black with no sugar.
Yep.
All right, I'll watch this one too. Fingerprints seems we've got all the entries for fingerprints actually. So twins don't have the same fingerprints as it is in genetics. Okay. I couldn't remember if they did or not.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
That'd be very
But
confusing.
I think
if
they've
they
put the
did.
burn in just to, like, make it clear.
Yeah. Although I don't think we'll find out anything to do
Well-
with that. So
Yes.
We're going to see her reaction.
Yeah.
yeah.
If it's her
Want to clean
fingerprints.
them. I changed the sheets too. With the fingerprints in all those places.
Water fingerprints. Alright, and this one. This is blue. Is that blue? Or is that black?
I can't
that's black.
see it this size.
That's black from that date.
Really? Go on then. Take the cup. Run your fingerprints. They'll match.
What is that to do with? We got... Whoa, jam. We spilled in heaps. We have got that one. Where is that? 1420. Where is she? She's somewhere in here. There we go. 1419, 1420. So this is one before that.
Are you out of your mind? Twins?
I was going to say, I think they're saying,
So that's
can we
when
get your
they-
fingerprints because there's 2 of you, and she's saying no because Hannah has been denying it the whole time. But I still think this one's interesting because she has the coffee of the milk and sugar instead of tea with sugar. And she also acts differently the entire... This is when I was like, is it still multiple personality? Because this is like it's very clearly 2, I think, with the others. This one isn't the same as either of the other 2. And her
Yeah.
hair's down like Eve.
Yes. Also interesting because this is obviously when they suddenly bring up the twin thing. This is probably the first time because
Yeah.
this interview comes just before the one where she has the tattoo, which is probably where they go, hang on a minute, she didn't have a tattoo before.
Yeah.
And this is when they start thinking about it because this is the
Yeah.
day after they've obviously brought her back in again.
And... Oh, yeah. And then after that's the confession. So,
And it's
yeah.
the confession, so that's when they've kind of figured out the twin thing, I guess.
Or at least, yeah. But again, she's denying. So again, we've said Hannah because of the drink and because of that, but even then she doesn't seem to act...
Yeah.
Well, she acts like, I guess, could be acting like Hannah who's, breaking down, but...
So many tabs open from when I Google questions. You're definitely the detective here. You figured out the tapping code thing. Well, you brought up the wiki for the tapping code. So that was pretty awesome. I'm just curious, how many did I have for black missing? It was only 2, right?
I don't know. Oh, I can't even read this. It's so small.
It's a 2.
2. Yeah.
So I think, let me just check.
Your handwriting is usually
Are
neat,
you
but
arresting me?
So
I've
this,
written down some other words.
that's the last black interview there. So there, and then... So we're only missing one of the interviews from Black, one of the clips from Black. So it looks like, if we watch it from like here, I think.
Rehearsed? You ask me the same question, you'll get the same answer. Is that your evidence? Of course I thought about what happened then. It's all I've thought about. My husband is dead.
Okay, and then...
Twins?
Yeah, so obviously when they bring her in, they're like, this is what we
Are you
think.
really asking me that question?
And she's just denied that there's 2 of them the entire time.
Are you out of your mind? Twins?
1949.
For fuck's sake. Can I leave? Are you going to arrest me? No. They'd laugh you out of the building. A lawyer would make mincemeat of you.
We've searched lawyer, right?
Pretty
sure we
I don't
have.
know. So, I think what's happening here, right? Eve has obviously been coming in. I'm not sure why Eve would have been coming in
Well,
for some of the interviews.
Eve was pretending to be Hannah.
Yeah, but I'm not sure like their reasoning behind doing that instead of Hannah just coming in for all of them. I'm sure there's some
The
reason,
bruise.
but maybe. But she came in with the bruise anyway,
Yeah, but it wasn't.
like halfway through.
Seemed like she was trying to hide it.
But like obviously,
Or just generally, you know, because she couldn't handle it because she killed someone.
yeah. So this is the first time that it's come up that there's 2. I had a train of thought, now I forgot what it was. This is the first time they've realized that there's
That
2 of them.
They've said anything, yeah.
questioned her about them being 2 of them, because Hannah's never mentioned Eve at all
Yeah.
through her interviews. And then for some reason now, straight after that, like the day after that,
Because
they've got
this is
Eve in
Eve.
custody. So I mean that she said that Hannah's gone, so Hannah's obviously fled.
Yeah, so
And now
what's
they've brought Eve
happened
in.
is that Hannah has been... They think they've been talking to Hannah until they get to the tattoo one. And then after the tattoo one, they're like, oh, weird, okay, it seems that they're twins, but they've been pretending to be one person, but we don't know that, so we bring her in. And that was Hannah who came in, because Hannah was taking over mostly, I guess. Well, not actually. Eve's been in most of the videos. They confront her, as you see. It makes sense then that once confronted, Hannah flees. But when
Yeah.
they call them to come back in, it's only Eve left, and Eve decides to...
Yeah, I'm curious
Say
if
the
she's
story.
come in as Hannah or if she's come in as herself, and then they've figured out that is Eve during the lie detector or not. That's
I
what
don't
I'm
know.
curious about.
Okay, so we've got some other words. Did we finish how? Did we finish whatever?
What did we do for that one? We did how. Oh, here we go. We did what, where, when, why, how.
Yeah. Yeah. So can we do some other words?
Yes. I keep thinking of a word and then it disappears.
Okay, well I've got a whole list, so we can go through them.
Mhm.
Burn.
Burn.
Okay, maybe just oven. I don't know if there's anything more about the thing. Okay. We should admit. Paper. Inconsistent.
Oh man.
I always
Is that it?
spell. Doesn't look right.
What? Inconsistent.
I always get this wrong.
Inconsistent?
I don't know. It just looks really wrong. You can just Google it.
We haven't got Google in 1994. We can't
Yeah.
do that. It's not canon.
Fine. Cuts. No, that's not what I wrote. Copy.
Copy, hold on. Yeah, kind of, yeah. So the way works, like Simon's the guy who died, her husband. So if we search Simon, there's 61 results for Simon, but it will only show us the first 5 in chronological order. So we basically need to like use search terms to kind of narrow things down.
I don't think you're necessarily meant to just search a bunch of words.
You're not really. It's kind of.
But I think you're also meant to finish the game without necessarily finding all the videos.
Yeah.
And I want to find all the
It's
videos.
kind of vague, like what you're trying to accomplish when you start the game. Like at first, I thought, oh, we're trying to find out who was killed, and then you find that out really quickly, and then it's like, oh, you're trying to find out who killed them, and then we
I
found
don't
that
think
out
it's
kind
odd
of quickly.
that you find out who was killed quickly, because that's the crime.
What I'm saying is like you don't know. The game doesn't say this is your purpose. You have to find out this. It's
Yeah.
like you're just kind of going through the footage and
You're just
piecing
finding out
together
the
the story.
Copy.
Right. But one thing here is that she takes a lie detector test starting like here, and this whole bit we're missing is the lie detector bit, and we don't know really what to ask to get that footage. So I feel like that's going to be important. It seems very like, what's the word?
I don't know.
Very on purpose that this whole bit is missing and hard to get to.
Rehearsed?
Yeah, well, we know it's either Hannah or Eve. So Hannah is his wife,
I guess
and then Eve's
theoretically
the
it
twin.
could. No, that's if you believe what we've been told, we know that Hannah killed him.
Yeah.
But there's always a chance that they're lying.
There's always a chance that Eve did it, or they both did it, or something else.
Arrest. Oh damn it! I thought that was going to bring something. Boyfriend. I think we actually searched this already. Bar. I think that says. I think we searched that. Happy.
Why don't? Oh, we got one. Okay.
If you have a word, you got to tell me.
Good. Happy.
Happy.
I mean, ups and downs like any couple, I guess, but we've been married for over 10 years.
Oh, okay. Hold on, let me refresh. So, like this one here, maybe we should just watch these two, and then we can try and figure
Can we
out
just
what they
finish
asked.
my words and then we'll do that?
Okay.
Because so stuff already searched. Bad. Okay, I just wrote down good from that last one because if you're describing a lot of things as good. Clean. Sheets.
Well, I don't know. I probably had to pop out and get something. That's why I was speeding. And that wouldn't have been noted on my timesheet. But I really can't remember back to February.
See, so that one has the tattoo on her arm. Earlier in the interview, she's wearing like a white shirt here. And then she spills coffee on herself, so she has to take the shirt off. And then you see she's got a tattoo, which like Hannah doesn't have a tattoo. Which is kind of like obviously where the police have figured out that someone different. And is a clue for us as well. Taking, yeah, if you've got keyword suggestions, we can add them in.
Idiot.
The game does talk about using like multiple keywords together to narrow it down, which we haven't really done, but we don't really know what to put.
I've still got the
it's
list
very
of
hard
things
to
to narrow
figure
down.
out.
Same. Well, we have narrowed things down when needed. But,
Yeah.
Evidence.
And also you can use quotations to search for an exact string of a sentence.
Love. Loved.
Back pockets. Okay, we could search
Yeah,
that.
I think I wrote down some other things around that. I don't think I searched that specifically. Yeah, we can search that.
Can we do it in quotations? Could
No,
we?
just...
Because then it does it as maybe just on its own.
Husband.
Husband. Oh, we got two. So this is Hannah. You believe?
I haven't been into work. I guess I've just been waiting to hear from you, hear from my husband.
So this is before they found his
Yeah,
body.
see, this is why Eve was there before, because she's like frazzled.
That's true. Eve is definitely more calm.
She's crying, I guess. She's sad because she thought she saw her husband with another woman. But it's okay, because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was his brother. And so it's fine.
Wait, maybe it is twins.
I was going to say, I joked that Simon was also a twin. Or that's Eve trying to make it like, see, I wasn't, he wasn't cheating, it wasn't guilt, you know, like trying to make herself feel better.
Love Twitch integration where you can see the, yeah. That would be, actually, we probably, if we knew from the start, we could have done that, because we could probably just set up like a Google Doc, and then as you're crossing them off on the Google Doc, it would update for you guys.
I think, to be honest, I've written enough words.
But that's what I mean, yeah, from the start, we don't want to do that now. So it's going to be a
Welcome
bit of a
back.
pain.
Okay,
Hey,
so
Game Terrorist, welcome back.
husband.
How are you doing?
I wrote You've Been Framed. I don't really understand that reference.
She said it.
Yeah, but is that a TV show or something?
Maybe it's just like a fictional one they've made up for the game.
Okay, I'm just crossing it out because I don't really understand it. Crazy. Oh, I really thought that was gonna have more. Cry.
Right.
Or crying. Made or handmade? Decorate. Find. Lawyer. I feel like we must have, but I don't know if we did.
Yes, we did.
Brother. I want to know if Simon had a brother. Oh,
Yes.
fuck's sakes, okay.
Simon has
speeding?
a twin as well. Yep, we got one for speeding.
Yeah, You've Been Framed. I thought it was a TV show. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, interesting.
You must be desperate for leads if you're getting hung up over 6-month-old speeding tickets.
Yeah, I thought it was a British TV show, and I thought that's a bit annoying if they've done that, because there's lots of people who wouldn't know what that is. Like, if you're American and playing this, you wouldn't necessarily...
I don't think it's important though, it's just...
No, but you
assume
might
it's
think
the
it's
TV
important
series.
because you don't... Well, why would you assume it's a TV series?
Because she says it as if, I'm not going to be on You've Been Framed, am I?
Yeah, but you might think it's important if you don't know what it is. I think that's
Nah.
fair. Timesheet?
Time sheet. Maybe time sheet.
February?
Oh no, not February. February. Is that right?
Yeah.
I always get confused with that month.
Lead. And desperate.
Desperate. Okay, so I've got a new game plan. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this though. So this is the Blue Jacket interview. Now we just need to find out where these are.
No.
This is what I said earlier, that would have to
Okay, almost there. Actually, we might as well watch the one. Which one was
would
that?
have to watch. I didn't want to rewatch everything, but would have to watch some. That's what I meant was doing.
Yeah.
Other stuff.
Oh, I think I've gone too far. Okay, so
No. I mean, yes, we have arguments, but he never runs off.
Welcome
Always
back.
comes back. We make up. It's always that way.
okay. Ezilks, welcome back. How you doing? Welcome back to Mystery Friday, not Horror Thursday. Alright, so talking about him running
Suicide?
away, not suicide.
I mean, he would never do anything like that. He is not the kind of person to do anything like that. I mean, to hurt himself, no.
Okay,
We've already searched hurt.
so that's after. So we're missing one there between
always?
those.
No. I mean, yes, we have arguments, but
Well, I think they're just asking, like, could he have committed suicide? Could he have run away?
Yeah, I get that, but before
But what
that,
other
saying,
things would they ask her? Like maybe.
well, I don't know, but if you're saying
Does
he
he
always
have
does
enemies?
it, I'm just saying always.
We can do always. I'm just trying to find ones that are more specific to what they're asking.
Yeah, that's why I wrote that down. Because she's describing him in that moment. Homicide and hurt were the other ones I wrote.
Homicide. We've kind of solved the mystery, I think. We have a theory, which I think's probably pretty good. But we're kind of just like trying to find these missing clips at the moment. We're getting pretty good. We're like only missing a few around here, and then we've got this huge area here that we haven't seen, which seems suspicious.
But also, yeah, as you said, if she can only say yes, no, and we can't see the questions.
Yeah.
I don't even know if we can get those.
But it seems like they would just not put them in.
Well, actually, we
the
don't know
footage.
that the whole thing's lie detector. So
That's true, actually.
It could
Yeah.
just be like one more of lie detector. I wrote down hurt, but I think we've already searched that.
I will. I promise. I'll eat them from now on. I will not waste them. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be lie detector because if you look at this,
I don't know if the whole thing is.
Wherever lie detector is. So if
Well,
we
I
watch
mean-
this one, right?
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
She fails the name question, which is this one, like the very start of the gap, and then the one at the end of the gap
My name?
is them saying about her name. So I'm thinking
That was
she's
the
just
name.
finished the lie detector there.
Yeah, but the point I'm making is that even if she's hooked up
Lie
to the lie
detector
detector, they
works.
could be talking. Like, it's not necessarily yes, no
Yeah,
all that time.
that's true. But what the hell are they asking her then? Seems
And they
really
could
hard
have
to
some
find
chat
out.
before the results come, before they tell her the results. Before.
Well, what? Maybe we need to
So which
search-
gap are we looking for though? 'Cause now you've just looked at two. At different
Oh, well, I was
ends.
just starting for the first gap. We could look for the other gaps too, but I feel like this is the most important one.
Well, I think so too. But yeah, you as you said, you're starting at the first one and then you just skip to like the almost
It's because
last
it's
one.
annoying me. It's like, what truth do you hold?
We could just watch all the white ones.
You reckon? There's quite a few.
I don't know.
This
I
is how
don't
many I had
know.
to rearrange by hand for
I'm
like
just
4
stuck.
hours.
Like I get
Right.
some words, we search them. That's
Yeah.
it.
Well, maybe some words to do with like what we know about what happened to Simon. So we know the
Well,
mirror was
yeah, we
involved.
did
We
that.
know his throat was cut with the mirror.
I still have the list of ones to narrow down.
So we could try like
Wearing a wig. and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
wig. How many did wig have? It's only 7 for wig. It's
Should I
not
just cross
that
it out?
many. Yeah. Cut to
What
7
about
as well.
here? How many did they have? Should I just cross that one out?
Yeah.
Okay, so attic. Are we giving up on that one too?
I think so.
Okay, so I think mirror. Broken mirror. I don't know if we actually searched
I
broken
don't know if
mirror.
we've tried broken. Weapon.
I thought. Okay.
Sorry.
I was saying we could narrow down mirror because that was the one that is the murder weapon.
Oops. Got 11. Mirror.
And the thing is, we could have seen them already in other searches.
Yeah. Mirror.
Mirror wig.
Mirror wig. Hmm.
Mirror piece. I was going to say slice.
Slice, mirror, dice.
Mirror. Oh, you already searched throat. Mirror blood. I don't know.
Have we searched blood?
I don't know.
We've searched many things.
All that blood and horrible dying. I could not bear to see those awful things. That's a quote from the Chris Costner Sizeman podcast.
Right, what else? There was something to do with was it the living room or the lounge?
You've searched both of those. I remember.
I've searched them, but I feel like there was something.
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road.
Because we
I
know
walked up to the house.
he was killed in the living room, but
This
then
is the
moved
bit
to the
that's
I put down
basement.
my bag, unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes on the shoe rack.
Did we do
I
coke?
shouted out.
Yep, we did lots of stuff.
I walked straight into the kitchen. He usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. He wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly into the living room. Nothing. I walked upstairs to the bedroom, he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. Then I had a shower. Whilst I was in the shower, the phone rang. I think it was Eric, his boss. I didn't answer it. Then I came out and I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, but I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. I spoke to him. Then I called Simon's parents. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
Key. Another interesting thing about this one is there's an interview earlier where they say the same thing word for word, which is why they were like saying, "Oh, we think that you've rehearsed stuff," because it is actually word for word. I think it was kind of interesting to like pick up on that and then figure it out. Although I think the phone call details were slightly different because she says she called Simon's parents, whereas Eve says she calls Hannah. Pretty sure.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I remember saying that there were a couple of things different. Actually,
Yeah.
the car crash story.
Car crash story was also different. I think it was the same difference too. It's because obviously Eve talks about Hannah, but Hannah doesn't talk about Eve because she's pretending she doesn't exist.
Is Simon even real?
Simon even real? Maybe Simon killed Simon. And
I
framed
still want to know
Hannah.
if Simon has a brother after Eve said that about a brother.
Did she say it about Simon?
No, she said it about a... We already searched brother for this reason. It was the picture she was looking at.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
Key.
Oh, we got 2. Red coat.
Yes. I always pull it shut and then lock the bigger lock with the key. No, I don't think it was. I turned the key, but it was already unlocked.
Okay, I
That's
put
when she came
locked,
home, I think.
Locked and unlocked. Or
Locked.
or just lock, because that's something she did.
Yeah, I had to let myself in. The door locks if it swings too.
Okay.
I wrote down shower, which if anyone's seen Legally Blonde, her referencing being in
Shower.
the shower made me think of that.
What else would be relevant?
I wrote down sleep.
What else would be relevant? I don't know. We did diary, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, back to the narrow list. So mirror was what we're trying to narrow down.
Yeah.
That didn't really get anywhere.
I don't know if there's gonna like look, we've only got very small gaps now in these ones.
Yeah.
And then this one, look at it. It's huge. We need to find this.
Okay, so do we want to narrow down mirror or not? I think mirror's kind of like...
Mirror's important because it's the murder
But
weapon.
again, because it's only 11, we could have potentially seen those videos from other searches. Wait, yeah. Broken on its own didn't even have any words. So that's not gonna... Mirror gift. I think we already looked up gift and present. But...
Mirror.
Do you want to double check if we've searched gift and present? Pretty sure we have.
Get out of here, chit chat. We've still got to do that at some point too. It'd be hard to find if we have or not. There's so
I
many.
meant just by searching.
Oh, sorry. So we
Yeah, I was
gift.
pretty sure we had.
Present. Those.
Okay, maybe I'll just cross off mirror. The next
Said
one we tried to
birthday.
narrow down was argument, because they argued.
Argue. We did.
And as I was saying earlier, I didn't say one of them must have. Oh, okay. Actually putting some of these words that we want to narrow down together, so like argument and wig or hair or argument work. Argument car. Okay, I don't think it's anything worth looking for argument. Car we
Yeah.
wanted to narrow down. They have 2 cars.
They have a car and a
There's
van,
a crash.
but a van doesn't return any results.
Yeah.
Because she says she left in the car. And she said that Simon left before her, but we obviously know Simon didn't leave because Simon was dead. But he would have only been able to leave in the van.
Car missing.
Car missing is one thing.
Yeah. Eric.
Eric.
Okay. Eric was another word on the list.
Oops.
I don't know how to narrow that down. I think we already have.
Hmm.
Eric work. And
I think we've probably done most of these
Yeah.
already.
work Eve. Well, we still had, so name, dead, mother, sex, and fairy tale had more, and those words actually are a bit more relevant.
Yeah, I think fairy tale. It's only 7
okay.
though.
I'll leave that then.
It's 9.
Mother. That might have had a lot more.
9.
Yes, probably are. And name. And dead. Obviously dead way more. Or should have more.
10. What would they ask here? What would they ask? I'm gonna play some of this. I don't want to play the whole thing though. Infidelity and yeah, I think we tried infidelity. Did we try that?
I don't know if we tried it. We definitely had cheating.
We did cheating.
And I think we did have something else.
Infertile. I think I'm thinking of. Is that right? Infidelity. No. I want to watch the end of this. Is this the last? Is this the last clip?
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other. Just that. Stories.
So they have the mirror that he gave to Hannah,
Mm.
but not the one he gave to Eve. That was, I'm assuming, the murder weapon. So they've only found one mirror.
Well, the thing is, we don't
Sounds
know
like-
what one they have.
Well, they've got the one that isn't broken.
How do we know it's not broken?
I'm pretty sure it wasn't broken in the
I don't think we could see it.
evidence bag.
I don't think we could see it.
Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good.
Maybe, we don't know.
It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
She says that and she's like, ha! Looking at her reflection, so not the perfect mirror for her. Definitely cheats.
Well,
Grossy
again, if Hannah's
Mike.
telling the truth.
Grossy Mike.
If Eve's telling the truth.
Yeah, it's a very... it's not confusing, there's a lot going on. So they basically were pretending to be the same person their whole life. And would like switch places at certain times.
Dead ringers.
Yeah.
Except that they don't pretend the whole time. Just sometimes.
So, and usually with like boyfriends, they'd switch places too. But then with Simon, who she ended up marrying, it was like he was off limits for the first time. And then she
It
was
wasn't-
like,
Yeah, well, yeah.
and then Hannah got pregnant. So then obviously Eve couldn't be around while Hannah was pregnant because he would notice because Eve wouldn't be pregnant and Hannah would. So she had to kind of go for it on her own. And then she met Simon herself but she was wearing a wig, so he didn't really recognize her. And then I think something happened then with them, so that she kind of got involved with him there. And then she got pregnant from Simon too. I'm pretty sure, because she says that she told her it was just someone she met somewhere.
Yeah.
That she got pregnant too, but we're pretty sure it was to Simon.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that's kind of when
I
they
think
found
might be
out.
slightly
I
different
think.
to that, but I can't concentrate on it right now.
It's very twisted. It's interesting though, because you just find out little bits as you go through, and then you're like, what the hell? Like, we were like thinking, like, what if we put triplets, and then you find out there's another sister as well. But
Well, I said
we
that
did
kind
try
of as a
that.
joke, but I was also thinking, oh my god, it's going to happen.
fortunately there was not a third
Because
sister.
that was in a different book area.
There's a lot of weird things. So like Eve lived in the attic at their parents' house, and they would switch places. But then the parents died because they ate some mushrooms and got poisoning, and they were like, are they called death cap mushrooms? And they were saying like, oh, it's weird because like Dad was like, he was good with mushrooms and he always knew how to identify them, so it was weird that he ate them. And then we were like thinking maybe Eve purposely killed them, but we're like, why would she purposely kill the parents? And there's a lot of weird bits and pieces to put together. We didn't find out much more about the parents dying. I don't think there's much more to investigate, but you don't really know whether it was an accident or whether it was on purpose. I kind of took it as them trying to show you like that Eve could be capable of murder if she murdered the parents.
Yeah.
I don't know why she'd murder the parents, seems kind of weird. And also her mum too, her like adoptive mother, also fell down the stairs and died. It's like, did she fall or was she pushed by Eve? And then the diary that the mother had that had everything to do with Eve, Eve ended up burning it, so there's like no trace of her. So yeah, I don't know, there's a lot of facts.
I was trying to see if you can actually watch all the videos, and there's things online saying how to watch all the videos, but I think it might be like giving you search terms. And
It
so
probably would be, yeah.
I didn't look.
I kind of want to do this now,
Okay, do it.
but I also wanted to find more of this first. I don't know how we're going to do that.
I just saw also on there that it says even if you watch 100% of the videos, there is no real ending.
What?
So I think
No.
basically what we've said for, if that's the case, we basically got all the story, we got more than half the story in the first stream, and basically the whole story, besides minor details,
Yeah, I
in
think
last
so.
stream.
Could you look up the lie detector and see if there's a way to find those? Because it would be interesting to see them. I'd be curious to see those. And to do all the things. Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility. I was like, maybe Eve and Hannah have switched places, so Eve can get away, and Hannah's taking the fall because Eve's pregnant and she wants her to have a life out of prison with the baby or something. And then I was like, maybe Eve killed Hannah, or maybe Hannah killed Eve, and I don't know. It's just so many things it could be. And then we thought maybe Eve doesn't exist at all, and Hannah's only just made her up once they found the body and realized that she probably killed him.
Okay, so there's a thread. Anyone else having trouble getting all the lie detector videos? Having some issues unlocking them? Out of the 30 videos I have not seen, they comprise the most. Is there some trick I'm missing? Blah, blah, blah. These videos do require a trick to unlock. Think about how a lie detector test is supposed to be answered. The clue is in her first messed up response to giving her name, which is what I said about yes and no, but we already did that.
Yeah.
You might also want to take a peek at the help files again.
Okay.
Is that what this means?
Yeah. So... footage transferred from existing homicide and serious crime tape archive. Retrieve a clip, type in the word into search field, click search. To narrow a search, use multiple words. If you're working from a printed transcript, you can even be more precise. Use Inverted
Can we search
commas.
yes, I was there?
Yes, I was there.
Can we
Yeah,
actually?
we can try that. Maybe we need to search yes, no. We did search yes, no, didn't we?
Yeah, but we could try it in quotation marks if you want.
Okay.
I didn't actually realise the quotation marks made a difference.
They do if
There
you
was a
wanted to
comma.
search like a string rather than just...
Okay. Just yes in quotation marks.
I think that doesn't really do anything because it's going to return the
This
same.
one, shit.
What? Wait a minute, what?
So
Why does that
basically,
work
it
and
was
yes doesn't
something we
work?
tried to do already.
Oh, no, that does make sense because it's taking the whole transcript will just be yes. But that... Okay, maybe those have nothing in them then.
Okay, so we were on the right track. Yeah, so actually one of the comments did say all the answers are just going to be yes or no. And it's more completion.
Yes.
What?
Yeah,
For real?
yeah. So I said this...
No way, what a scandal. Yes?
Yes.
Yes again? Oh my god.
Well, we can fill out our videos.
How could she?
Yes.
Yes. Well, and then no.
Yeah, we'll search no after
What if
this
there's
to
maybe?
fill the...
Yes.
There is no maybe on a live text test.
You sure?
Yes, no, maybe, I don't know.
Could be I don't know.
Can you repeat the
No.
question?
Next one is no, yep. All the no's. There's more no's than yeses.
Was there? No, there was
No.
4 of each.
Was it? Oh, there's only 3 yeses.
No.
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 Also, I don't understand why we can't hear what the interviewer's saying, because you would be able to, surely.
I think it's, yeah, just to make it more like a puzzle. To give you less information. The hell? Searching maybe.
That's not a
Searching
thing.
I don't know. You never know.
Not in a lie detector. Okay, can you refresh the thing?
Damn it. Oh,
Yeah.
so we're just missing one.
Yeah.
What could it be?
So, I mean, it's helping my completionist brain, but...
We're not missing many now.
I mean, I could go back to that search.
Do we need to do that then? I mean, we can if you want to.
Let's have a look, see what it says.
It's only these two that are like together that we're actually missing something that's substantial.
Yeah, see, this says if you feel like you understand what's going on, but want... I feel like we've...
Call me maybe.
I think we've got this. I think
we've figured
that
out. I think
I'm slightly disappointed in that. I thought the story was really interesting, but basically, we finished the game before the end of our last stream,
yeah.
because half of last stream was just trying to get the rest of the videos, which gave us little details, but basically we've got the story, but you don't solve anything.
Well, so does that mean if we do this, it's not going to give us an answer? It's going to be left up in
that's
the air?
what this said,
What?
basically.
What? I mean, that's kind of cool, I guess. Like, you interpret it the way you want to interpret it, but... Yeah. Like, we don't know exactly what happened. We have, like, a couple of... We have one theory that's more prominent than others, but there's still other possibilities.
Oh, okay, so one method
Dictionary.
is removing the blank tag.
Oh, I did read something about that. But you'd have to do that on every single video. Oh, I see what you'd do. You'd go blank,
And remove.
and then you'd remove each one
Yeah.
until you
Oh, well,
eliminate.
there's an early one we missed.
I mean, we can do a little bit of that. I don't want to do all of them. Oh, we don't have many to do, though. Okay, let's watch this one.
Childhood sweethearts. Something like that. Are you married, detective?
We did marry, didn't we?
Yep.
I swear we did marry. Oh, maybe it's because there's too many results.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, finish these. But childhood sweetheart. Detective, actually, might be because she's been talking to a detective.
Detective,
And I
yeah?
don't think we've searched that.
Okay, we'll search detective. I did have a quick look at the sequel to this today.
Yeah, I saw it on the screen when I came in.
And the search and bookmarking thing is like way more better than this
Way
one.
more better?
Way more better than this one. This one is horrible, but they've actually improved it so you can like delete stuff and you can rearrange stuff properly, and you can tag within your bookmarks. You can also, like, when the subtitle things come up in the video, you can actually pause and click each word and then search from that rather than have to type it in. But that one seems like there's like 7 different people in different videos, and you got to try and follow both sides of the conversation from different videos, and it was like, it's interesting, but it's a way more involved in this one.
Yeah.
Why didn't we search that earlier?
Must think it's very cool that their dad is a police detective.
Okay, are we sticking with the blank thing?
Do you want to search?
Search.
Oh, we may as well watch these first.
Okay, I'll try my best to remember.
Yeah, these are just nothing ones. That's why we couldn't find them.
Yeah, so basically we finished the game hours and hours and hours ago.
Yes. I mean, I'm quite a private person, and I didn't want to get into the detail of the argument. I did. Well, we met when we were 17, both working at the Glaciers.
She's quite good at doing both, acting both people, because they are very, like, they have their distinct things to them.
I had some search terms.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I'll just
Childhood?
1 sec.
Oh, yeah.
She's, I don't know if she's an actor, but she's a musician. She has a band, which I can't remember the name of. It's a
But her music wasn't very good in this.
I don't think it was that bad. I mean, I've certainly heard worse. But she's pretty good at acting too.
Sweetheart. So also, that means there's no objective to the game for trying to... I did have others, but trying to solve it or
Well, I
put
kind
a
of
theory forward.
I kind of like that because it's very open-ended.
Well, it just... Why was our character looking at this?
I'm not sure.
I'm a little bit disappointed.
They're involved in the story somehow. The game after this, you are basically a character in the game. They make that clear from the start.
I've enjoyed, because, you know, when we play any game, I want to figure out the story. So I have really enjoyed that. And I feel like I've had a pretty good grasp the whole time.
Yeah.
I've explained a couple things when you've gotten mixed up.
You figured out the, like, song thing.
Yeah, I randomly knew references.
And something else. I can't remember what the other thing was.
So that has been fun. I have liked it. I just wish... I don't actually have a problem with there being no objective and that we've basically already finished. Hey, why did you play that?
Sorry, I'm just trying to get through these because they're like nothing. You keep talking.
Well, we
Sorry,
don't
okay,
know that they're nothing.
Sorry, keep going then.
It's a little bit rude.
Sorry.
What was I saying? I just wish that knew that beforehand, because then the expectation would have been fine, but instead we finished this hours ago and kept searching thinking there was going to be something.
Yeah, I guess
it's
it's
not
tricky to do though, because they want to leave it like you go onto it not having much information and trying to piece together what you're trying to figure out. Whereas if they give you a clear objective
but we're
from
not
the
trying
start,
we're literally not trying to figure out anything.
Well, we're just trying to figure out the story.
But I didn't know that. I know it's called Her Story, and I did wonder, like, is it literally just finding out the story? But yeah, this whole time we've been wondering, like, is she lying? Is there something else that we're missing? It's like, no, we figured it out, like, literally hours ago.
Yeah.
And that's, so, which is, again, that's fine. I still would have continued to get all the pieces. It's just that I had a different expectation, because I don't think this necessarily set up the expectation well. I think the rest of the game's done well.
It's
and
tricky
I do like
because there's a lot of games that I've played that are like that, where like people say, "Don't look up anything about this game, just play it," and it's like, well, I don't know what I'm getting in for. But usually those games tend to be like some of my favorite games. But they tend to be my favorite games going into it knowing absolutely nothing.
No, that's fine. I'm not saying we need to know something going into the game. Those situations are completely different, because you go in and you have a game objective, or you have the next step or whatever. Whereas, as I said, we literally we figured out the story and could have stopped.
Yeah, but my point is, like, how would they make it any more clear what you're supposed to do in this game?
In our first letter, when it was like, just, you know,
Figure out the story.
hope you enjoy the story for your journalism, or rather, because I thought, like, why would we be going into a database unless we're trying to solve it? Like, I thought we were trying to solve something.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you this, which isn't much more clear, but
I'm not saying it's the biggest criticism. It's I'm just explaining my. I don't think the chit chat's going to do anything. I think it's just.
Well, I'm curious what the chit chat does. We haven't clicked it yet. We hadn't gone through with it yet because
I think
we weren't
it's just
sure
going
if
to
it
end
was.
the game.
Yeah, it was going to end the game.
So that when next time you open it, it's reset. Except this is not a multiple. You couldn't play this twice.
Probably not. No.
It's
because you definitely know all the details.
There's no replay value.
No. Okay, we'll just quickly watch these.
Yes.
Yes. Yes again.
It was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought it was possible. I don't know what he... I mean, I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby. I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it.
With the music.
Because it was Eve.
I think when I drove back, it was about 8 or something. And I got back to the house about 3.
Yeah, there's not really any obvious closure. I guess you kind of watch it and then you have your own opinion on what happened.
I think the whole point is meant to be that the confession is true.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it all lines up.
I mean, like, there's some movies where you don't know what the hell's happened at the end, but there's still really good movies.
No, there's movies where people say you don't know what's happened, and then I watch it, I'm like, yeah, you do. But anyway, we can keep doing this, but we could also try some of the words I wrote down.
Is there any point, though? Because we could be all late at night.
Well, I mean,
this is faster.
Okay.
Because this is all just seems to be irrelevant videos. So it feels like it's going to be, like, nothing words to find them. Just get rid of some of these. Get all eyeballs on here. We don't have many to go, actually, so... I'm pretty sure we get an achievement, too.
Yeah, you do.
Alright. I don't think I need to add these to session anymore, actually.
I slept in the car. I left about 9 that night. I wasn't there.
Nice.
Anyone who wants to play this game, that's now ruined for you.
I was at the hospital.
I mean, depends how much you've seen. If you've only seen
this
last little
that's
bit,
what I mean is people who have been watching.
And you want to get the full story, like there's a lot to...
So. I mean, to get into our garden,
decipher.
we'd have to climb through other gardens. All the gardens back onto each other, so you'd have to climb over 1, 2, 3 gardens to get to ours. I mean, did anyone see anything? Did anyone see anyone come and go? An intruder?
No. Because it was you.
When will the police let me back in the house? And they let me take a bag of clothes with me, but...
Movies work a bit better than games for not knowing. Yeah. And the point is to investigate and work out the truth. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
Okay, I feel like you have explained how I'm feeling, because I feel like I have 100% total grasp of exactly what the story is. And, or at least, like, what the intended story is, and that you get to the end and you go, okay, so is she lying, blah, blah, whatever. Totally got that.
Through the window. God.
But, yeah.
I like it. Very punny. Yeah, I agree with that. But also, this is basically a movie that you just watch all jumbled up.
And also, but also, movies have replay value, like rewatch value, in that if you...
Yeah.
Like Inception, the first 6 times I watched it, I was totally like on the side of, yeah, he, because you know, it's like the whole, is it a dream or not at the end? I was like, nah, it's not a dream, and I had my reasons. I don't want to really get into the whole thing. And then the 7th and 8th time I watched it, actually the 7th time I watched it, I went, fuck, it was a dream the whole time. Because I don't know why, I just saw it in a different light. And then the 8th time I watched it, I was like,
I mean, I guess you could do that.
so it's like, I don't think you really can.
No, I was going to say, you could do that with this, but it's way more of a pain in the ass than just watching a movie. Like, you'd have to go through all this process
exactly.
again, which you wouldn't want to do.
I mean, you could just you could watch the videos.
Yeah, you could just
that you've
rewatch them in order.
But...
Well, you could just use Blank, because Blank will show them to you in order.
Oh, yeah, true.
So, it's actually... Seems like a mess-up from the developer, but I guess it's something you wouldn't be able to see happening.
Simon wasn't seeing another woman.
But he was.
Well, there you go. How many kids?
I don't know what any of these are even referring to.
I have never been unfaithful. I've never cheated on Simon.
Oh, music's back.
I wouldn't say that. It could be passionate. It's just... It was more than that. It wasn't just sex like I had been with the other boys.
I feel like she's very clearly being Eve in this one. But
she's she's kind of different from Eve pretending to be Hannah.
Although I think maybe she revealed that she was Eve here, but then Hannah wasn't aware that she'd revealed that at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what's happened there. There's a dream all along ending and any... Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the... Yeah, actually, no, I'm not a fan of those at all. I was going to say, like, maybe they can be done in a good way sometimes, but I can't think of any, like, examples of when it's ever been done in a good way. I mean, Inception, depending on how you look at it, like, depending on what you think happens at the end, is kind of that ending, but it makes more sense in terms of that movie because of the plot.
Yeah, But also, so for example, there's a movie called Jacob's Ladder, which is one of my favourite movies. And some people, like, it's kind of a spoiler, but...
Spoilers, guys.
Like, spoiler alert for Jacob's Ladder, if you ever intend to watch Jacob's Ladder, and I'm not talking about the remake, because the remake from the trailer looks like it's not even doing remotely the same story, but anyway, go now.
How are we gonna...
4, 3, 2, 1. Jacob's Ladder. So, a lot of people have said that it's sort of like it was a dream all along, and that it wasn't cliche at the time, and that therefore it's fine. But the thing is, if you actually watch the movie, and again, I won't go into all the details, it's not necessarily a dream all along, and I think that's a really simplistic way that people interpreted it, but it's still an element of it, and that's why it's a really, really good movie. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to say, how are we going to tell people that spoiler's over and they come back? There's people who just never come back to the stream now, in case you get a Jacob's Ladder spoiler. Okay, let's continue.
Is that camera recording?
I think we searched camera.
I feel like we saw that video.
Camera. We saw one of, I think it's the floral one said that, but I swear we've seen...
who cares? Let's just go.
Actually, hold on. Okay, we'll watch these ones, but I just want to check something.
Well, I remember the ticket, of course. I paid it without telling Simon. Didn't want to get told off. And they put points on the license.
Really is an interesting experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool, like, concept.
I still like it. Like, I'm not trying to be negative about the whole game. I still really enjoyed it.
I mean, like, you obviously were gripped because you did it for, like, almost 5-hour stream, whereas usually you can't manage a 2-hour stream, so that's saying something there. That could be your review for the game to show how good it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a cool concept. There's a sequel to this one, and they're working on another game that's similar in style. The sequel I had a quick look at. It follows, like, looks like 5 or 6 or 7 different characters, and it has footage from both sides of the conversation, and you can kind of have to almost like match up, like search the footage and find each side of the conversation to get the full story. a lot more involved. The story seems interesting as well, but it seems like a lot more work than this one. And I don't think it has a database checker from what I saw.
Can the creators please tell me if they know what I'm talking about with Eve White and Eve Black? I just want to know. And also if they've seen Dead Ringers. I
They
need
probably
to know.
have if they've used
I'm
Eve as a
literally
name.
looking up references right now to be like, please tell me. But I just found a page that was like her
Sorry.
story
I don't
Easter
see how it's
eggs,
hard.
and it was
We've
blank.
established I was in Glasgow when he was killed. You've spoken with the hospital.
Yeah, so the music's going because that's when we find out that it's the alibi because there's two of them.
We've only got 4 more.
Sorry. Yeah, I get it. Yes.
Oh.
Okay, so she did answer a clear yes to her name being Hannah, and she failed that, so
Yeah.
we know it's Eve.
Well, that's what I said. Is that it was like she went, "Oh shit," not because she said Hannah, and it was because she didn't do the answer correctly.
Yeah.
I can take this stuff off now. Did I prove I'm innocent?
No, you did not, Eve.
Well, I guess she did because she passed the lie detector.
She's still involved though.
Yeah.
She helped.
But she's innocent of killing him. I think that's
Yeah,
maybe a clue
She's an accomplice though.
that she is telling the truth, which I'd kind of already decided she was telling the truth.
I think so too.
'Cause I think that's the whole point to get the story.
Unless she's Hannah. I'm still have a feeling that she... Oh, we're missing 2, but we don't have... Oh wait. No, we're not.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you refreshed it?
The legal stuff was completed very quickly. Hannah moved back in with Simon. Eric gave Simon the week off to help with the move. He decorated, modernised wallpaper curtains. Hannah insists the attic be left as it was, dollhouse and all. Simon never went up there.
So was she living there at that time, or was this after she's left?
I think that's the whole point, is that she at least could live there if she
Yeah,
wasn't
true.
already.
No. No, he wasn't wearing his wedding ring.
Cool. Well, that's it. We did it all. So now I guess we do this. See what happens. What's going to happen? Do you reckon? Is this going to end the game? How do we do this one?
I guess so. Yes.
Yes. We done.
I think it's just going to end the game. I don't think it's going to do anything.
Good. So you think you understand why your mother did what she did? Oh, your mother. Wait, so it was
We're
Eve.
the baby.
So it was Eve then? Because Eve was the pregnant one.
Well, you can still see she still did something. It doesn't mean she killed anyone.
What did she do? Should I ask that? Is it going to understand? Oh, we can't. We can only type yes or no.
Oh, really?
Wait, okay, so now I'm confused.
No, wait, Jacob, you're overthinking it.
I'm not.
So you think you understand why your mother did what she did? Did what she did doesn't say, so you think you understand why your mother murdered someone.
Yeah, that's
It says, did what she
true.
did. What she did was pretend to be another person, give an alibi to a murderer, let a murderer go free.
Do we understand why she did that?
Well, I feel like if we decide to go with what we have decided the story is, if you decide that she's telling the truth.
Yeah. But see, my thinking before was like, why would Eve be
But it might be
telling them
Hannah. I mean,
that Hannah did it?
maybe Hannah's pregnant and that's why she let Hannah run away.
Well, that was what I thought. It would make sense that she would take the fall so Hannah could, like, live
Who actually says
her
she's
life
pregnant?
with the baby. The Reed says she's pregnant.
Which we said was Eve pretending to be Hannah.
And then I think her here in the white last interview, she also mentions that she got pregnant. Pretty sure.
Yeah, okay, so, but... That's Eve.
Yeah.
I don't think you necessarily... I think you're maybe overthinking that.
Well, I might be, yeah, but I feel like...
Say
yeah.
no, then.
No, I don't understand. SB,
Maybe it'll tell you.
whoever you are. You can always come back again. No, come back. I'm not finished. No, he's gone. We lost him.
I feel like it was a man's face we saw.
It's hard to say. It's just a
I always thought
generic
it was a man's
figure.
face.
Well, there you go. Sarah.
Okay, I'm glad they at least hit that.
Hold on. Sarah has come up before. Because one of the names was Ava. And she was like, I don't want it to be a palindrome.
Yeah.
This is Hannah.
I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother. She was a girl, by the way, the baby. We were going to call her Sarah. Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana, but I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
Maybe Hannah adopted Eve's baby. Although
What?
she hadn't had the baby at this point though, right?
The baby that she was just talking about then is dead, but...
No, I know that, but if she'd adopted Eve's baby as her own, because Hannah's left, and they haven't found Hannah, and then she's raised the baby and called it Sarah.
But the baby's not even born before she's gone.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Is she pregnant now? I'm just imagining she
Well,
is. Because it was in
mean-
a month, so...
Yeah, she's clearly not 9 months pregnant in any of these videos.
Okay, so then it is Eve's daughter. I mean, we know it's Eve's daughter, but I thought maybe there's a possibility that Hannah raised Eve's daughter if Eve was, like, sent to prison or something for being an accomplice to the murder. I don't know. Meet me over the road, so head out and have a look. Yes, how do we do that? We need to go outside. We need more answers. It's interesting. Man. What does she say? She says something at the end. Sure, how if Eve went to jail, daughter would be put into the care of someone. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I did also think, like, one of my theories was that this is actually Hannah pretending to be Eve, but then that doesn't make sense because the lie detector basically said that it was Eve, so it's definitely Eve. And I guess she said the only question she failed was her name, so they would have asked her about Hannah, so we know that it's definitely two of them. Sort of secretly Sarah Connor, yes. Could be it. Could be onto something there. This is all just secretly canon with the Terminator story.
It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We knew we had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us, so we could then disprove it, rather than have it linger. Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. The watch, that was my touch, to make sure the alibi stuck.
Yeah, I mean, if you played this and you got to this clip early, you could technically take that as the, the conclusion, but you don't know how true that is until you investigate further. It's kind of the cool part of it.
I was just reading. I can't find... Why can't I just continue?
Just go return.
I did that and it took me out.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to read this. This person said Eve's daughter anyway.
Yeah.
Which is what I thought. And also pointed out, we had said this, but potentially that Hannah killed... if you think that Hannah killed Florence and the parents, which both died in suspicious circumstances that could have been murder, there's a chance that she killed Hannah. Because she said her sister... When she said her sister's gone forever, I took that to mean that she fled. But it could mean that she killed someone.
you say gone forever? Or Hannah?
I think sister brings it up. It's the only
Sister.
time she calls her sister.
That's right.
Or just sister.
My sister is gone. And she's never coming back.
She could have killed her.
Mm.
It does. You could take that either way, really. But women should have killed her because it was definitely Hannah who came in for some interviews. She would have had to kill her. When's the last interview? Was it that we know is Hannah? That's definitely Hannah.
Possibly Black.
Black. Did we figure out what was she drinking?
She's the one who's coffee, milk, and sugar.
Yeah, so that's
But
probably
she
Hannah.
is acting different, so yeah.
I don't know if she's dead or not.
Yeah, I kind of didn't really think she was, but
Yeah, bruised Hannah could be the last Hannah one.
anyway, I want to know the references.
Yeah, we have talked about that. We've definitely, like, that was certainly a direction we were going in.
That was
from
the
start.
yeah.
But like once you kind of go through all the videos, you get like evidence to show that there's definitely two of them. Because that was one of my theories for a long time too. That's kind of the cool thing about it, is that you get onto that train of thought and then you kind of need to go through the clips and find bits and pieces that convince you that that's not what it is.
I am not the only person who has mentioned Chris Costner Sizemore in relation to this game.
No.
I just saw something on Steam. Wait, where is it?
I mean, like, one obvious thing to show there's two different people is this one here has a tattoo on her arm and the rest of them don't. Which we also did at one point think maybe it's a fake tattoo to throw them off, but yeah.
A lot of people, sorry. This one thing I'm reading is basically saying, yeah, well, the evidence seems to be like multiple personalities. I'm like, not really. Because
Agreed.
I obviously went in completely thinking that
I
based
did
on at the
too.
beginning. And
I think maybe if you don't go through enough of it, you probably
Yeah.
get that idea. Well.
I
there
mean,
you
I guess
go.
it technically still could be. But...
Yeah, I like that. I like how they also just didn't give you a straight up answer on this bit either.
I can't see. Where did it? Can I control F on my phone?
Yeah, maybe.
Because in the preview, somewhere.
I can maybe find it on here if you
Where is
want.
this bit? I guess I searched. What did I search? Chris Costner Sizemore, Her Story Game.
Is that on Steam Community Hub?
No, I just googled that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it brought up a Steam thing, but I don't know how to
Chris.
find it on there.
Cross.
Costner,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sizemore.
and then Her Story Game.
A story game. This one?
Yes.
What we're looking for?
Just, Chris. Oh, okay, it's a comment.
Point out that Chris Costner Sizemore has approximately 22 distinct personalities, not two. And that as far as I can tell, they didn't invent fictional histories for themselves. She experienced blackouts, which Hannah/Eve do not describe. She had a clear traumatic
So
incident
this
in her
person
past.
is using Chris Costner Sizemore as an argument because for some reason the person who posted this original post is basically saying they're talking about portrayal of mental illness and whether this is a good or bad portrayal of mental illness. But you have to assume that she has multiple personalities, which I think the evidence says she doesn't in this.
I think
Even
so
though
too.
I was bringing up those references at the beginning.
I was
this
more
person's-
on the side of it being split personalities at the start.
Yeah, same.
And it's convinced me that it's not. so-
Yeah, there was the coffee. I mean, obviously the coffee and stuff, different personalities were just like that, but you can't make a tattoo appear and disappear.
All the talk about fairies, mirrors, and stuff is cruel, and the talk about coffee being pregnant does seem to confirm. Yes. And I feel like the acting too. Like she's distinctly acting differently in the different interviews, which I think helps to show that there's two different people. I mean, you could put that on as one person, but I feel like it's specifically done to show two.
I think Dead Ringers. I just want to know if the creators, just because as I said, it's the Eve and Eve White and Eve Black
Yeah.
specifically.
Mm.
They must have been referencing Dead Ringers, surely.
Seems pretty plausible. Pretty plausible.
Creators, if you haven't seen Dead Ringers. Her story is kind of, when you're trying to search it with other things, it's kind of difficult to get because it's her and story are too vague.
Yeah, I was going to say you could do quotations, but it's not really going to help much.
I'm just getting Dead Ringers movie reviews. I've already seen it. It's good. You don't need to tell me.
Well, I guess that's the end of this game.
I'm a lot happier getting that one message saying do you understand why your mum did that? Because it confirmed that the whole point was just to understand the story.
Yeah.
But then it also just gave you a little. I didn't for a moment think about us being a character.
No, neither did I.
I sort of didn't really care.
That's kind of cool. It's almost a twist on its own, in a way. Slightly. But yeah, the game after this, you play as a character. They make it kind of, well, not obvious. They put it in the notes at the start that you're investigating something to do with yourself, in a way. So it almost gives you more of a objective, but without outlining exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Which is quite cool. I don't know if we'd end up playing that one. It's a bit more involved, but it does seem interesting.
I don't think we could save. It's just
No, you can't. And this,
I did consider that, but
you can
it was worth
reset,
it.
but this didn't pop up until we were at least a good few 2-3 hours into the game.
Right.
So we couldn't
should
reset. And
we YouTube it? I don't know how to find it.
We could.
I'm not gonna be bothered.
I kind of just feel like if you put if you put
Yes.
yes here, it would just give you the same answer. Because it could just, it's like a nothing answer. I feel like it's probably what you'd get. But yes, I guess that's the end of this one. It has been very good. I very much enjoyed it. Maybe I could show you the second one off stream, and then you can decide if you want to play it.
Well,
or not.
I
We
kind
don't have
of
to play it
like
straight
our,
after. We can play some horror ones first.
Yeah, I like our stream being, it has a theme. And I like being on that theme.
That's fair. Cool concept. Love open-ended movies. I do as well.
I wouldn't say I do or don't. I think because, obviously it depends on the movie. That goes without saying.
Yeah,
for
it can be
anything. But
done
what
good
the
or
point
bad.
is, I think sometimes people use open-ended to be we're just going to be shit and have loose ends, but then be it's up for interpretation, and you're no, you're just shit at storytelling.
I think Inception is a good example because
yes, that's a good example.
You get a good movie out of it either way, and then on
also there's enough clues to tell you what's going on.
Yeah, and as you said, on consecutive viewings of it, you might discover things that you missed last time, and that might change your perspective.
Donnie Darko, I feel isn't open-ended.
I don't think it's really open-ended. I feel like it can be a little more. I feel like it's more confusing.
Yeah,
unless you watch the director's cut, which gives you actually a lot more context.
I don't know if I've ever watched, or maybe I just have watched the director's cut not knowing.
The one that
it just tells you what's going on.
The director's cut's the one that pops up with text in between each chapter and gives you more context.
Okay, no, I don't know if I have. Oh, maybe, I don't know, but I feel
and I think
the
that
ending,
helps me.
it tells you what's going on, but
yeah. That's a good movie, though.
It's like saying that it's like when people don't get the ending of Lost, and you're so basically when we watched Lost, Jacob had already seen it, I had never seen it, this was years after it came out, and all I knew was that my parents watched a bit of it, and then at the end they were they were just dead the whole time.
But it's
because they literally didn't watch it, so
they
just
didn't
watched
know.
The
last episode with no context.
And then I watched it and I was Jacob, I'm gonna be really pissed if they're dead the whole time. They're not. And I was it really seems like they're gonna be dead all the time. I'm gonna be pissed. And then I got to the end and it was they are very clearly not dead the whole time.
Yep.
It's just people don't get things.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Which fair. it's not nice, it's ableist and classist or whatever to be like, to, you know, disrespect people based on intelligence, but it's just the fact that it's people really confidently
Oh yeah.
being
Yeah.
like, oh, this is dumb because I don't understand it, or it's confidently saying it's this, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's just straight up not.
It's, yeah.
Like, and it's not even like,
I mean, even
it's
like
not
the,
even done in a pretentious like way trying to trick you. It's quite obvious. Like,
the
it's
creators
just
and the
there.
directors literally came out after it finished and said they're not dead the whole time, and like people
But
have
I mean-
misinterpreted, so that tells you. That
I don't
they
even
weren't,
understand
so-
how you misinterpret it, because when you watch the show, and I was watching it fully thinking they were going to be dead the whole time, so I had all the bias to be pissed off about it. But I watched it and I was like, but they're just not.
Yep.
Like, they tell you what happened, and that is not what happened.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep. Martha Marcy May Marlene.
I've never heard
I've
of
never
it.
heard of that one either. What kind of like genre would you say that one is?
I don't know if I do like open-ended.
A lot of open questions to Donnie Darko, you mean? I haven't seen it in like quite a while, but I feel like
I feel like when I've watched it, I haven't really
what you
had
know,
questions.
what happens at the end, I feel like you know why that happens,
Yeah.
and you know like the reason it happens.
Maybe I have seen the director's cut. I don't really remember.
Yeah, because I
do
saw
remember
the
some text,
non-director's cut one. I have the director's cut, and I feel like we did watch it at some point.
Well, we probably did watch that then.
'Cause I
I've watched
rem-
it since watching it with you. I think the first time I watched it with you was the first time I'd seen it.
Yeah, I remember like the first time I watched it, I think I kind of got it, but it was also a little like confusing. And then I remember seeing the director's cut, which has the extra little snippets between each chapter, which gives you more like almost more like lore towards the story, and that actually helped. I was like, okay, this makes some things that I wasn't completely sure about make more sense. So, psychological movie, kind of thriller, kind of drama.
Okay,
Sounds
so-
like it's up your alley.
It does, yeah.
We could check that one out.
Except that I don't know if I do like open-ended, because I was just thinking, I don't know if I would. I guess that, yeah, I was just thinking, like, is Inception open-ended? That is open-ended,
Mhm.
yeah. I think sometimes I don't like loose ends when it's. I mean, obviously, there's going to be sometimes that are kind of small, but like, I just think it's bad storytelling to be like, oh, we're just not going to tell you. But if it's like, not a case of not telling you, but more that could be this or this, and it depends on how you interpret it. That kind of
Yeah.
open-ended, fine, but just not telling you because
It's kind of like
It's just dumb.
Pulp Fiction. It's kind of like that.
honestly,
You haven't seen that, have you?
no, I have seen it.
Oh, I thought you hadn't seen it.
I've seen it a few times.
What's the one you haven't seen? I feel like
I
there's
don't know.
a Quentin Tarantino one you haven't seen. That's
Well, I
quite
definitely
popular.
haven't seen all of them.
Maybe it wasn't that one. I don't know.
I think it's the fact that when I've watched Pulp Fiction, I've just gotten bored, and so I don't remember, even though it's meant to be like this amazing movie.
Well,
So
like
I
this-
can't remember it being open-ended
Well,
because
no,
I
no,
can't
no.
remember what happens in
The
it.
movie's not open-ended, but they
Oh.
have the bit with the suitcase, and it's like you never see what's in the suitcase, but he like opens it a few times, and it's like this like gold bright light coming out of it, and it's
Right.
just this mystery of what's in there, and they
I'm
like
sure-
never
I
say
mean,
what's in there.
I'm not
That's-
saying it's
I quite
bad.
like
I'm
that.
saying I found it boring, and even though I've seen it a couple times, I don't really remember what happens because it's boring.
Mm.
Kind of like Harry Potter movies, like the later ones, which I've seen multiple times, and I still couldn't tell you what happened in them.
I think I've only seen the first 3 or 4 Harry Potter movies, but I did like the books. So
I was gonna
I did
say,
like
like,
the movies. I like the
if you've
books.
only read one book in a series of multiple books, I don't know if that counts as open-ended.
Oh no, I've read all the books. I just didn't watch the movies.
No, I was referring to Spooky Stories.
Ah, sorry. Martha Massey suits themes of the movie, could interpret the ending in 2 ways. Pretty good rewatch value.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
That I can.
We could check that one out, I think. Could be a good idea. Well, I
I
think...
can't really think of. It's like when we were talking about twist movies and we couldn't think of any, we started googling like what are movies with a twist.
Yeah.
I'm just Google open-ended movies.
So, yeah, I guess that's this game done.
Oh yeah, so the first one that comes up is Inception. Second one, American Psycho.
American
Is it
Psycho...
open-ended?
I guess it's kind of
Kinda.
open-ended.
2001: A Space Odyssey that we just watched.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yep, that's definitely open-ended. Memento.
What am I
Is that
doing?
really open-ended?
I don't think that's open-ended.
That tells you
Oh,
what's...
actually, no, it is a little open-ended. because the identities of some characters
Oh
you
yeah.
could interpret different
okay,
ways.
that's kind of fair. Blade Runner.
I don't think it's. I think I've seen Blade Runner, but it
no,
was ages
well, okay.
ago.
Blade Runner, I feel like isn't necessarily open ended. It's that afterwards people had theories about whether certain people were, what are they called in that? The androids, replicants.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Black Swan. I don't feel like that's open ended. Shutter Island. Shutter Island is
Island,
open
yep.
ended. Johnny Depp. Gone Girl. That's not open ended.
Gone Girl. I always forget what that one is.
The one where the chick frames him. I was talking about this the other day.
Oh,
I need to
yeah,
explain
yeah,
it to you.
Yeah, that's not really open ended.
The Shining.
The Shining.
Is that open? I don't feel like that's open ended. The Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz is open ended? I guess if it happened or not,
Yeah,
or if it was just a dream.
I guess so.
I feel like there's something that hints that it did happen at the end of that movie, but I can't remember what it is. No,
Sorry,
maybe
what?
not.
And Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz, yeah.
Well, the Scarecrow and all that, all her.
Yeah,
the people at
but
the
that
farm.
could also indicate it's a
And
dream.
she was, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's open ended because it could have been a dream the whole time.
Yeah,
but
maybe it is open ended.
I think in the books the intention is that it's not
Hmm.
a dream. Do I like Lovecraft stories? Yes and no. I feel like I was gonna say I feel like I definitely have spoken about this on the stream before. I have a book of Lovecraft stories and I enjoyed reading them and I like them in that sense. Do I like all of the books, games and movies that have come that are all Lovecraftian, we're going to have a million things that all have Cthulhu in it? And
Yeah, some of them are hit and
no,
miss.
overall, no. I think it got really old real quick and a lot of them were crap. So, yes and no. Matrix is open-ended because you just ignored the third movie. I didn't hate the third movie.
Yeah, they're not as good as the first. The second and third aren't as good as the first, but they're still fine.
As someone who only watched the second and third last year, but had seen the first movie a bunch of times and written an essay on it at uni, but for some reason just never watched the sequels, I thought the second and third were not that bad.
What about the fourth? We've got to watch the fourth, and then we
will
can
watch the fourth at some
find
point.
out if it's open-ended. But yes, we will finish up here. Now, we do have another game lined up for
Is this
horror
the next
stream.
one we're playing?
Yep, which I have the trailer for, if this is going to work.
Is this the trailer you showed me?
Yes, I believe
Yes, it
I showed
was,
you it.
because I asked where do cats come into it.
Now why does my browser?
Oh yeah, you've recommended that one to me before. I did subscribe to it even. This is the podcast, right? I did subscribe to it even though I don't like fictional podcasts overall. But I haven't listened to it.
Yeah, someone else mentioned it. Was it Lex that mentioned it to you as well?
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure
I've
Lex
got some
mentioned it.
credits.
Oh. Doesn't usually play this.
Oh, also another
wait.
thing you
Switch
told
back.
me.
Switch back.
Another thing you told me off stream was that it's the same creator as Silent Hill Shattered
Yeah,
Memories.
Shattered Memories. Yeah.
Which, as a Silent Hill game, slightly irritating. As a standalone game, not bad.
It's fine as a
I mean, it's
standalone.
actually kind of
It's like
interesting.
a reinterpretation of the first game. It's pretty cool. It's not
I just
canon.
think it's just a game, like, on its own. Like, you could play it without knowing anything about Silent Hill. Like, you don't have to know the first game.
I guess you could. I feel like it's more effective if you have played the first game because you have more context for what has happened in the story.
Yeah.
I reckon anyway. I mean, you could play it standalone.
I mean,
but
I guess
think
it's
more
hard
impactful.
it's kind of hard to tell because I obviously
Okay, I
do
don't
know
think
the
there's
first
credits
game.
or anything. We'll just skip these.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything interesting.
We can't skip them.
But I thought
Go away.
Shattered Memories had a lot, like, interesting things I hadn't seen in games before. And it's kind of like, oh, well, I can see how that translated to her story.
Yeah, it's very like, what's the word? Not dialogue.
It's got a whole psychological, like...
Narrative. It's a very narrative game,
yeah.
which this one is too, and the sequel to this one. But yeah, so this is going to be the next game we get into on this coming Thursday, which is called The Cat Lady. It is, I thought it was a point and click, but after I kind of had a little play with the controls when I set it up, it doesn't actually have point and click controls. But yeah, it's got some pretty good reviews. We'll just watch the trailer and have a look. in the credits they thank Simon for his input. Based on Simon, yeah, he got murdered, and they asked him how that went. They did talk about a Ouija board in the game, actually, so maybe that's how they consulted Simon on the story. Same energy as thanks Obama. What should be given the same energy?
Thinking Simon.
Ah, thanks Simon. Yeah. Okay, let's watch.
This is kind of shit.
Hold on, I think this one might be better. Seymour. Seymour's in this game.
Susan Ashworth. Earlier tonight, I swallowed a whole bunch of pills. Any second now, I will be dead. I've only got one thing to say now. Thanks for nothing.
Thanks, Simon.
Thanks, Simon, yeah.
What is this place?
This, my dear, is my humble kingdom.
Who are you?
The Queen of Maggots. I am doomed.
This is totally different to the other trailer.
I know,
It's the
right?
same game.
What can you offer me?
I'll need you to go back and face 5 people. Not ordinary people. Parasites, that's what I call them. They have nothing but cruel intentions.
Can't you just let me die?
As long as they are alive, you cannot die. I chose you, Susan Ashworth. You will become my hunter, serving punishment for their sins.
The cat lady. So
What's
yeah,
the bet that they're innocent or something?
well, from what I've heard,
feel like
they're
that's in a
like
movie.
serial killers and stuff. And
Okay.
she's tasked with
Oh, that
killing
makes sense
them
of the second trailer we just
before
saw.
she can die. Yeah. The hell's that?
I mean, I'm all for that.
Yeah, I thought it would sound pretty cool. Now I need to find.
When you clicked on the last video, it was right there.
Okay, where was that? YouTube. Okay, yeah. So this is the new game that's coming out from the people who did Her Story. I thought the theme seemed like you might quite like it. Maybe.
These bad people. They live in the mirrors. They reach out sometimes, trying to grab.
Wait, is this the same?
They've gone now, but soon they will return.
Actually, maybe this
That's
is not the
enough,
game I'm
Ivy.
thinking of.
Look at the state of you.
I think this is a different game. It looked very
This
similar.
Is the
Sparta.
end.
This is the same as the Cat Lady creators, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is. That's why I was like, that's not the game. I can't remember what the other one's called.
I mean, people didn't sign up for us watching trailers.
Why not? This is what we do now. Who does that game? I'm going to find it because I want you to watch it.
Squeak and Squirrel said the art style reminds them of Darkwood. I don't know what that
Darkwood.
is.
I've heard of Darkwood.
I don't know what I was expecting with the title Cat Lady, but it wasn't that.
Yeah, it's actually, apparently it's a trilogy. I don't know if they're like related to each other in terms of a trilogy or if it's like just a 3-piece game series from that creator.
Just want to point out 4 hours isn't my norm.
We're at 4 hours again.
No,
Oh, what's it say? Jeez.
more. I'm hinting
Why
that I
doesn't
want
it
to go to sleep.
Just tell me what this game is called. Then I could find it.
Maybe
but
it doesn't have a trailer. Oh no.
I watched the trailer for it, but I don't
It
know
sounds
what
like
it's
the
called.
video is on this page based on the text.
Yeah, I can't see it though.
Well, it looks like it isn't loaded.
Where's the damn trailer? Or is it this one? Oh, it's this here. No, it's not what I want. Sorry, I'm having issues here. Let me just
It's like partway through.
Resize the movie. Okay.
Feels would be wherever.
My name is Marissa Marcel. I'm 17 years old, and it's my dream to be an actress.
That's it. That's the trailer. That's all they've kind of really revealed of it so far.
Wait, this is the one you thought was right up my alley.
Well, just like the theme. It's like, you know, oh my god, stop.
I'm completely ambivalent.
I don't know. It just seemed like,
no, that's fine.
you
It's
know,
just,
60s.
It's not really anything.
It's like a
I know.
mystery. I don't know.
Yeah, but I usually don't like puzzle games.
Well, I don't know if I'd consider the last one a puzzle game. Or Her Story a puzzle
I think
game.
that the only reason I liked it is because it was the story, which the whole point is that I'm liking the story.
Yeah, but I think you'd like that's.
I'm not saying I don't like
could
it.
also be
like ambivalent
good
because
for
you
the same
know
reason.
two directions. I'm in the middle.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, fair enough.
yeah.
But that's one we could check out when it's out. But yeah, Cat Lady. I think Cat Lady should be kind of cool. It's got a lot of good reviews, and it was like $2 or something on sale. So we will get into that one next time. It's kind of shortish, so it could be like a stream or two. But yeah, expecting maybe gross horror of like cat poop everywhere.
Oh, if you want to see something really gross, so there's this there was a playlist that I came across of
Is
horror.
this the baby one?
Did you hear
I
it?
could hear. I woke up this
That's the one
morning
you heard?
partially and heard that, and
Yeah.
I'm like, "What the
I
hell
almost
are you
sent
watching?"
that one to you because it wasn't. So basically, there was a playlist of someone's top picks for like YouTube horror short films, and Jacob and I started watching it together, which it was kind of disappointing. There were
Yeah,
a
it
few
was
that's
really
like
great.
look amazing and like had creepy imagery, but it's just not a story. It's just like someone going, "Oh, it's creepy if like someone does this," or it
yeah.
just didn't really make sense. And I was like,
There's one or two good ones.
there,
but-
yeah, there were a couple that were really interesting. But I've just continued watching the playlist on my own because I'm curious, but it's not worth us both like sitting down and watching it. And yeah, one of them has a baby and there's poop involved. Actually, only poop at the beginning, but I was gagging at the beginning.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I woke up somewhere in between that episode, and then I think I fell asleep again. So
I
don't know
also
what
stopped. I had to pause it because my phone was
I could
dying and
only
went to
hear
put
it as
on
well. I was
charger.
playing from the other room, so I had no
Yeah.
context of like what the hell was going on. Just
Yeah.
like people talking about changing
A dirty diaper.
a dirty diaper and
It's called. I think it
Weird
was
stuff.
called. If you Google, I was gonna say if you Google on YouTube. If you look on YouTube, I think it was Die Sitter Die Rupert.
Rupert.
You'll see it.
Babies often have poop involved. I
Just
mean,
go-
that's true.
Die Sitter Die Rupert.
I feel
Not
like
it's not the best one in there. There were better ones
this
in
wasn't
that
an
playlist.
actual baby though. From
I
what I
was
could hear.
that spoiler.
No.
I was leaving that as a surprise for anyone who
Oh.
went to go watch it.
Well, it should create some more intrigue. it's
That one
not
actually
a
wasn't
baby.
bad though. As just like
Gross.
no, as a like a pretty standard trying to get away horror movie, but as in short form, like it was pretty good.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch that.
Baby poop isn't as gross as other poop.
I would not know.
I mean, it's still gross. I'm not saying it's not gross. I haven't changed a nappy ever or something, but
How do you know for
Also,
sure?
we call diapers nappies in New Zealand, and I'm pretty sure nappy can mean something else in America to do with like black women's hair, and if so, I'm sorry, but that's nappies are what
not
they're
too
called in
sure.
New Zealand. Anyway,
Maybe you need to volunteer for some nappy changing, and you can find out
Nah.
for sure for real.
well, no, it's more no, I don't want to get into it. It's not so much the grossness. It's like I feel weird about like the weird like consent thing. I don't know. Like it's like if I don't have to, I feel like Delphine deserves to not have that many people touching.
Well,
her
yeah,
butt.
that makes sense.
Anyway,
I agree.
Which is I guess doesn't really make total sense, but yeah, like I've been there with my friends when they're changing nappies, and like it's gross when it gets everywhere, but it's just something about it. Like it's just not. I mean, would you rather baby poop or like full-grown adult poop? Like it's obviously full-grown adult poop is worse.
I mean, if it's some random full-grown adult, then yeah, no thanks.
Even if it's someone I know, I think full-grown adult poop is worse.
I feel like it's slightly
I don't
less
know.
worse.
Maybe it's just something in my head.
But you feel familiar with the poop. If it's unfamiliar poop.
Die,
it's
sit or
worse.
die, Rupert.
That's your study material.
But
for the
anyway,
evening.
there were better ones, but I don't know the names of them.
I can't remember them either. The
I
plan
don't
they were
think
like early on in
we
the
didn't
playlist,
really
is
look.
all I remember.
Yeah, but the thing is, some of the early on. Oh wait, I have the.
Depends on the structure. That's
oh, no,
very
I don't
true
have the
too.
playlist saved.
That is a very good.
Yeah, I think that makes
very good
a big
fact.
difference. The bit just go watch it and then tell me. Should we just watch it?
What now on the stream?
No,
Can we do that?
I don't know.
I don't know how that works with watching full things. I mean, if we watched a full movie, we'd
I
probably
don't even.
get
I was gonna say we
frustrated,
could
but
just watch the bit.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
I
up to
think
you.
that's. I think part of it is baby poop of your own baby is not as bad, and then also
Yeah,
like
yeah, definitely.
when you know a baby can't clean it themselves, whereas like, and obviously some adults can't. I
Yeah.
feel like that's also kind of
That's a
different.
factor. That is a factor.
Like I think that's why if you just watch Die Sit or Die Rupert, you'll see. You will all agree that
You'll
it's
understand.
worse.
I mean, I didn't even see it. I just heard it, and I was like, "What the hell is going on? What did I wake up to?"
Okay, we're gonna stop the stream. I'm gonna
Okay.
show Jacob what I'm talking about, and then I'm gonna go to bed.
Yay! All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll probably be back in the weekend sometime. We'll do some more Stone Keep or some Incredible Machine, depending on what I feel like playing. But otherwise, yeah, we'll be back next Thursday with the Cat Lady. We'll get into that one. But yes, hope you have a good day or evening, depending where you are. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Have nice dreams. Yes, we'll try to. You as well. After you watch the video. All right. See you later.
Yeah.